your last chance to see regular season action. Friday night, Xfinity lights the fuse. Saturday night, the Cup Series delivers the fireworks. This is Daytona. This is everything. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 22nd and 23rd. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Daytona Beverages and Bud Light celebrate our local heroes. We continue to meet sacrifice with hope for America's first responders and military families with our Folds of Honor Local Heroes Challenge. A portion of proceeds from every Bud Light sold this summer will be donated locally to Folds of Honor to fund scholarships for military and first responder families. Look for festive Bud Light summer displays at your favorite retailers. Purchase Bud Light and raise one for our heroes this summer. Daytona Beverages is locally owned and operated out of Volusia County.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This summer, escape to a place where history echoes through the streets, where epic beaches embrace breathtaking sunrises, and days are filled with adventures. From the historic charm of Old St. Augustine to 42 miles of scenic coastline in Ponte Vedra and the beaches, every moment brings a perfect blend of exhilaration and rejuvenation. Start your summer getaway now at floridashistoriccoast.com.
If you want to buy or sell quickly, come Nickley.
Worried about buying or selling your home? Don't be. The Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty does real estate differently, with buying and selling solutions faster than you could say. More tape? Nationally ranked and locally loved, TNG sells homes 2 times faster for an average of over 20,000 more. Check out the Nickley Group's over 3,000 5-star reviews. Get a guaranteed cash offer for your home today. Visit thenickley.com.
The Girlfriends is back with a new season, and this time I'm telling you the story of Kelly Harnett. Kelly spent over a decade in prison for a murder she says she didn't commit. As she fought for her freedom, she taught herself the law.
He goes, oh, God, Harnett, jailhouse lawyer.
And became a beacon of hope for the women locked up alongside her.
I think I was put here to save souls by getting people out of prison.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search The Girlfriends Jailhouse Lawyer, and listen now.
Cypress Hill. And atmosphere.
Every day can't be the best day. Do it.
At the St. Augustine Amphitheater.
Tickets for the Dank Days of Summer Tour on sale now at theamp.com.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when a professional practice or a small business is involved and, of course, on the line. At Cordell & Cordell, we know the years of work that you've invested and what's at stake. For over 35 years, we've helped guide doctors, lawyers, and business owners through the complex process to protect their businesses that they've spent their lives building. Call Cordell & Cordell today because your business is more than a job, it's your legacy.
Orlando, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Sealand.
It is Monday, July 28th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from Trump needs to do this to passengers flee an American Airlines jet on fire, and a shocking fight rocks the city of Cincinnati, Ohio. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, Sealand.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah, a little Monday-ish. But
how are you?
Good. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I mean, here we are. We got a lot of stuff to get to today. I think we have our friend Amy Kaufeldt later on today. We'll see what she's up to. She's always on the move. I swear to God. Following Amy Kaufeldt, I'm always looking at her social media and going, does she get a break to go to sleep, this lady?
It seems exhausting just being Amy Kaufeldt sometimes.
And then just like following up on her life while I'm in my sweatpants on my couch for the 4th hour of the day.
Watching Happy Gilmore again. Watching Happy Gilmore 2.
Y'all catch that?
We did.
I have to tell you, I watched Happy Gilmore 2 last night. I've seen a lot of people opining on this. Here's my review. And we'll take your reviews if you watched it. Let us know what you think. I don't care what the newspaper and media people think, but I care what regular people think. So you can hit us up. Tell us what you thought if you saw the movie. I actually thought it was better than the original Happy Gilmore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's an interesting take.
Yeah, I mean, the original Happy Gilmore isn't the best movie in the world or anything. It's just like kind of a fun little romp with Adam Sandler, like so many of his movies are. And it had a lot of like celebrity cameos, which I didn't actually like as much. Like, I don't know about you, C-Lane.
Very product placement.
There was a lot of that, too. I mean, like, it wasn't a shock that Subway was back on board with Happy Gilmore 2. You know, they were involved in Happy Gilmore 1 and all that. But the scene, I don't know about you guys, but the scene with Eminem, I was, oh, God, a little bit
rough
of cringe with Eminem fighting his family and, you know, the whole thing that unfurls when he pops out of the frame. But
that took me a second to realize it was Eminem. Ashley caught on to that.
He's got that drawn-on beard, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, damn, man, what are you doing, Eminem? But I swear to God, I thought it was actually better than the original. I really did. HD Afterbirth on YouTube says, hot garbage take, Sean. Did you watch it? Did you watch? I know C-Lane said he watched both of them on Sunday.
I did, yeah.
I should have watched the first one. I know that.
You didn't need to, because a lot of the jokes that they rehashed,
they did flashbacks for.
Yeah, that one That one I thought kind of like, are they trying to make this to where you don't need to watch the first one? Because when they released...
Yeah, because that was 30 years ago, C-Lane.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It was
25 or 30 years ago. Yeah, it was 1990, mid-90s, 94, 95. It was 30 years ago.
We looked up the same thing because it made us sick to think about. But it has been very, very long since I've seen the first Happy Gilmore. Mind you, my girlfriend, Nicole, she's a quote queen. And so it's like she watched it yesterday.
Oh, my gosh. How did you match up with that?
I don't know.
Jeez.
Opposites attract.
We fell in love before I found out that tidbit. But there was a lot of moments where I loved Bad Bunny in it, for example. I thought that was funny.
He was hilarious.
But then there's some other stuff where I'm like, okay, now are we forcing some stuff here?
Yeah, but of course, it's an Adam Sandler movie. Like, I give it some...
that's a thing now?
Well, I personally give an Adam Sandler movie like a lane. I'm like, here's where you are, and here's what I expect from you. Like, I don't watch the movie and afterwards go, well, I didn't cry a single time at the Adam Sandler movie, unless it's Punch Drunk Love or Click. I watch it, and then I go, how did I feel that was for like a fun Adam Sandler movie? And I thought it was fun. But C-Lane's right. There was a vibe to it that was like, when... your favorite television show, let's say it's The Office, your favorite TV show gets renewed for a new season and you're watching the season. And then there's that one episode that's like a clips episode.
Yeah.
And they go, remember the time when Michael Scott did this? And then they cut to the clip and there were like a lot of flashbacks to the original.
But the thing was, because there was a joke that they had in there, I forget which one it was, but I laughed immediately because it was fresh on my mind because I just watched the first Happy Gilmore. And I was like, I went to turn and go, oh, that was because they said it like that in the first one. And before I could even open my mouth, the flashback happened. And I was like, oh, it's almost like they're super serving some of these jokes or just like doing a lot of flashbacks. The opposite of that, well, no. But the opposite of that is when Coming to America 2 came out, there was none of that. But we watched Coming to America 1 just to like have everything fresh in our brains. And so a lot of the jokes that might have missed me because it had been so long since I've seen it, they landed, and they landed perfectly. I thought Bad Bunny was hilarious in this.
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff. Like, it was just a fun little movie if you're looking for that. I thought it was, but we'll see what you guys thought about it. Let us know. Send it to Dispatch. I did see the whole discourse where it's like, I ain't watching this and these Nepo baby Sandler kids. And I thought to myself, if I was a big movie star, would I put all of my kids in all of my movies? Yes, of course I would.
And also, their kids are talented for the most
they're
part.
pretty good. Yeah, his daughters are. So a couple of them sons were duds.
Wait, those were all of his children?
No, those weren't his sons.
Oh, okay.
Not all of them, but there was more than just his daughters. There was like, I think there was 4 kids. Didn't you see the credits? It was like all these Sandlers.
Yeah.
It was like
there was even an extra Stiller in there somewhere.
it was like a Nepo movie, right?
And, but that's pretty common in comedy. Judd Apatow's been putting his kids in his movies for a long time with,
and I would too.
Smaller roles. I noticed they in the credits did not put Bad Bunny for his credit. It was Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio.
All right, let's jump into things. Here we go. We have a lot to talk about today. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to a company promotional video. Let's see what they've got for us. I can't think of what company would be interested in doing a promotional video.
This is good.
To maybe rehab their image in the public square. Who would do that? Let's listen in. Astronomer.
Thank you for your interest in Astronomer. Hi, I'm Gwyneth Paltrow. I've been hired on a very...
First of all, in case you don't know, funny because Chris Martin's ex-wife from Coldplay, right?
Oh, I didn't even think of that part when I saw this.
Also, look at her title. It says Gwyneth Paltrow, temporary spokesperson. So, like, gig ain't going to last for long. She knows what's going on here.
And on the bottom, too, very temporary basis.
Right, yeah. She's just in to, win a couple of people over, explain some things about what happened with that famous Coldplay Jumbotron makeout video.
Have you already watched this?
No, I stopped at like 20 seconds.
Good. I have a question for you after.
Okay, here we go.
Temporary basis to speak on behalf of the 300-plus employees at Astronomer. Astronomer has gotten a lot of questions over the last few days, and they wanted me to answer the most common ones.
Sure. Oh my God, what the actual F is one of the questions that pops onto the screen for Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yes, Astronomer is the best place to run Apache Airflow, unifying the experience of running data, ML, and AI pipelines at scale. We've been thrilled so many people have a newfound interest in data workflow automation.
Wait a second.
As for the other questions we've received, yes.
How is your social media team holding up was the second question on the screen.
There is still room available at our Beyond Analytics event in September. We will now be returning to what we do best, delivering game-changing results for our customers. Thank you for your interest in Astronomer.
All right. Now that you've seen that,
well done.
Do you have any better idea than last week what Astronomer actually does?
No.
I do not. It sounds like a house of cards.
I will say Astronomer did one thing right, and it was get a fantastic marketing team. Whoever was in charge of that commercial and the script nailed
Smart
it.
move. Yeah, I think it's a smart move. Like, your whole company has been in the middle of this giant mess, and you come out and you do some like cute and funny things. Smart. But Celine's right. I mean, I don't. It's like my friend starts a multi-level marketing company, explains it to me.
Best place to run Apache Airflow, because all of you know exactly what Apache Airflow is. I don't have to explain it to you. We just do it the best.
I'll tell you, I was going to put my Apache Airflow somewhere else, but now I know what to do here.
I think I have an Apache Airflow parked at a hangar down at the executive somewhere.
I don't believe that for a second.
Okay.
I don't. I have no idea. No idea what they do. Something to do with computers, it would seem. But there they are, the Astronomer company with Gwyneth Paltrow.
That affords them Coldplay tickets.
Right, yeah, and Gwyneth Paltrow. Because let's be real, what do you think?
Ex-wives.
what do you think Gwyneth Paltrow got for that? Couldn't have been cheap, right?
I mean, right under $1 million, if not.
No.
I think she got a bunch of money. I would like.
It's very particular.
Well, I mean, somebody has to come in and want to be in the middle of this.
Off.
Yeah,
20,000 maybe.
It was produced by, and a little win for him in a sea of like some bad press, Ryan Reynolds. His group Maximum Effort put the Astronomer ad together with Gwyneth Paltrow. And
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. This seems
maybe not that much money. We're scratching each other's backs.
It seems very Ryan Reynolds-y, like the humor in it and stuff.
I bet she made $1 million.
What?
I bet. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much this money makes because I still don't know what they do, but it seems like they have money.
Look it up, to be honest with you. At this point, I want it to remain a mystery.
You'd like it to be this shrouded in secrecy?
I just want to guess.
This is like when somebody tells me about a new gun piece that's coming out that does something to make your gun more gunny, and I'm like, my eyes are glazing over, and I'm like, does it shoot a bullet? I don't know this world. It's not one of my areas.
Or like when that former coworker of ours used to talk about all his guitar parts.
Right. I'm like, this sounds cool buddy. As hell. This sounds really cool. I don't know how to do any of this. So there you go.
My dad's job for the longest time was financial systems analyst.
Mm-hmm.
And if he were to give you like 20 words on what he does, you probably would go, I don't know what he does. His own wife would be like, Billy, I don't know what you've explained it to me. I don't know what you do.
I've told you the story about my dad who worked at IBM, worked at South Florida Water Management.
Your dad worked at all the same places my dad did, pretty much.
Yeah, I think so. And same thing. They both were like clearly doing something on the slide because my father was like, I said, what do you do? And he goes, procurement. And I just was like, all right.
I get stuff.
Yeah, I procure things. Well, like, that sounds very, very generic, sir. But there we are. Astronomer back at it. What do you think? Let us know. Good idea, bad idea. Hit us up with your dispatches right now, if you can. I understand if you guys are a little slow, if you're dragging ass a little bit today. I fully understand. It's the hottest day of 2025. That's where we have arrived right now. The hottest day of 2025.
After yesterday, I did not think it could get hotter.
It's hot.
And
it's
yet
hot.
That said, hold my beer for some reason.
And I don't really believe in the heat index, but 112 degrees is what they're saying. So it's just hot out there. And actual temperatures, I go with like a couple of things. One is the temperature on the dashboard of Courtney's car, which definitely topped 100 yesterday. Yeah, that one. And when I will look at that, I'm like, oh, God. And it's so hard because either we're in the house where it's nice and comfy, constantly it's 72 degrees, or in the car where the AC is blowing, and you keep forgetting. I keep forgetting, snip, snap, because I walk outside, I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't have an actual habit of checking the car temperature. But I wish I would have on Saturday, because when we went out to this event that they had at the airport at the smaller one, and it was where families and stuff. It was like a touch the truck kind of thing, but there's airplanes too, where you can just see like fire trucks and this stuff to bring your kids to, right?
Oh, that's fun.
All right.
Except that my neighbors got a head start on me, and I was like, I'm in the car, I'm on my way, and they're like, we are not going to be here long. Nah, because it's so...
Oh, because it's so hot?
Not only is it so stupid, beating down hot outside,
heavy.
There's zero shade, and you're on a black-ass tarmac.
True.
It was.
Thick. Like, you're outside for all of 2 minutes, and you are beads of sweat going down your everything.
People always forget,
Will Jackson got his little nose sweat. That's where he sweats the little nose beads.
As everybody forgets, everybody's like, it's never been like this before. It's just never been like this before. I'm like, it's hot. It's the summer. It's hot. They're telling me it's 112 degrees. I don't know what to believe anymore, but I agree. It's quite steamy outside. So if you're going to send a dispatch or something, make sure you got like a little fan, something to keep you cool and put together if you don't mind. Here's one of the takes coming in. This is from a celebrity, allegedly, of the Happy Gilmore 2 movie. And they said, Happy Gilmore 2 is maybe the worst movie I've ever seen. Which, how many movies have you seen? If Happy Gilmore 2 is the worst of those, I'm not saying this is like a cinematic masterpiece, but like, good for you if that's the worst movie you've ever seen. outside of the Scotty Scheffler getting arrested scene, that's the golf guy.
Yeah.
I don't think I laughed once, he said. The amount of cameos and stupid scenes was such a slap in the face to the original movie.
So do you remember the original movie? What the hell just
This
happened?
guy wasn't out, or this guy wasn't alive when the original movie came out.
Yeah, the original movie was a stupid movie.
Yeah, that's the point.
A lot of the stupid things that they did were a callback to the thing. Like every time one of his kids like rode something, between their legs.
Yeah.
That was what Happy did at every job he had.
And drank out of random objects.
That was a great bit. I love that recurring bit.
That was funny, and they came up with some clever ways for him to be like an alcoholic and stuff, and that was smart.
Was there that many celebrity cameos in the first one, though?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Because Adam Sandler was hardly a celebrity himself when the first one came out.
Yeah, but this would be like the equivalent of Billy Madison 2 coming out, and people go, well, yeah, I'll tell you, this was not like the Avengers at all. Like, well, yeah, I mean, this is a different thing, but we do want to know what you thought if you saw that, or if you're not going to watch, if you don't care at all of those things, let us know. Send us your dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com.
Actually, it kind of was like the Avengers because
Was
the
it?
event. Well, no, just I'm saying the cameo factor. All those Marvel movies, they just keep, especially the Deadpool ones. They just pull people in for a second. Oh yeah, I remember him. He's famous. Gone.
Right. Yeah. They have, speaking of that, big Marvel movie out this weekend. Huge numbers. Well, it actually fell off quite a bit from what they expected it was going to do. We'll get into that at some point in time to talk about what's happening there. But I want to talk to you about this. There might be a check headed for you in your mailbox.
Yeah.
Signed America with some money headed into your bank account.
I'm not having another baby, Sean.
Hey, you don't even need to have a baby for this one.
Oh, cool.
Sit back and relax and you get some money. And this isn't even like a mailbox money thing. This is the federal government cutting checks, ? We'll find out what's going on. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic's piling up due to an accident on the Beach Line eastbound approaching Dallas Boulevard. The left lane's blocked. Westbound lanes in that area are slowing down as well. There's a crowd.
What in the... Hey, I'm over here.
From the traffic center of James Birmingham.
I'm over.
Is sponsored by Everdoor Garage.
Unbelievable.
You're still rolling.
The amount of gold.
It's $75.
Oh, there you are. There you are. Ain't that fantastic? Yeah. You're on the clock, buddy.
The garage door that lasts evermore.
You're on the clock. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Monday. How are you doing today? We have many things to talk about. In fact, I'm adding on more stuff as we go. There was just a pretty crazy moment at a press conference that we'll talk about. Lots of stuff on the horizon here. But I want to know, just quickly, if you don't mind, I want to know if you saw Happy Gilmore 2 and if you liked it or hated it. Let us know. Dispatch Stan says it's my wife's birthday today. Well, happy birthday! Cameraman recovering from the weekend. I guess so. Sloppy mess of a human being, this guy.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as
Janine, trying to stay cool. Well, please do.
and fast too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today.
Skull Camera was busy watching Happy Gilmore 2. It's possible. And that's the thing about Netflix. Netflix does have the reach. You just pop something up. Oh, want a little Happy Gilmore 2? Boop. Pop it up. And there you go. Everybody goes to it and starts talking about it immediately. Happy Gilmore is good. Lots of cameos. The Billy Joel documentary was interesting. I'll have to check that out. The only stuff I saw about the Billy Joel documentary seemed like fake news to me. I saw a couple of things where it was like, Billy Joel rages against woke, and I'm like, Billy Joel doesn't seem like the guy that would go in that direction. He doesn't seem like a mega political guy, but maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. Saw it, loved it, so much nostalgia. The reason why I say thumbs up to Happy Gilmore 2, Rotten Tomatoes score 58. The reason I say thumbs up is because it was well written. Back in 3 minutes. It was a well written movie. And I know it doesn't seem like I'm asking for a lot, but I require as a movie watcher a beginning, a middle, and an end. And a nice little cohesive journey through the process. And then if you're a comedy, make me laugh. Now let me tell you something. I watched another movie this weekend. One might say it's the opposite of Happy Gilmore 2. How many of you have seen Bring Her Back? Show of hands. Who's seen Bring Her Back? Happy Gilmore 2 is well written and fun. Agreed. That's what it was supposed to be. That's what I thought it delivered on. No, just no, I can't handle animal violence. And Bring Her Back? I mean, I think there's some stuff, but I don't think it's very bad in the animal violence world. It's more messed up than anything. Not seen Bring Her Back. Bring Her Back, Rotten Tomatoes score 90. Now that is a well-written horror thriller movie. It is really uncomfortable to watch. Very uncomfortable to watch. 90 seconds and we're coming back live on the show. We binged The Hunting Wives because my wife was an extra on that show, says Chris. Courtney is watching that show. I think she's all the way up to the finale and she's really liked it so far.
Celebrate freedom from those.
So tell your wife we said hi.
Windows and that shabby front door with the beautiful designs from Renewal by Andersen. Why? Energy efficiency. It's good to know that Renewal by Andersen's acclaimed windows and doors offer.
Kevin says not 89%. Bring Her Back, 90% Rotten Tomatoes. That's my verdict.
Comfortable indoor temperature year round, especially during.
Well done. Very well done. Smaller budget. Not notable actors or actresses, but all did a really bang-up job. Okay, we're coming back, everybody. Let's talk about this check that could be headed to your mailbox from the federal government. You want some money? I bet you do. Let's get you some money. Here we go. All right, cameraman, stay on point, please. Like, what if I just stop? So, test.
Dial text message from iHeartMedia. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Check out Behind the Flow, a podcast documentary series following the launch of San Diego Football Club.
San Diego coming to MLS is going to be a game changer because this region has been hungry for a men's professional soccer team.
We need to embrace this community.
Listen to San Diego FC Behind the Flow on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Behind the Flow and start listening.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This
Right to your mailbox from the federal government. Remember when they used to do that? There was a while when they were just handing out checks. They were just like,
COVID
here's
times,
a check. Yeah, here's a check. Here's another check. And maybe your opportunity has arrived once more. Email the show, tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get into some of your feedback in just a moment's time. Forgive me, it's Monday. But the tariff monies from all these Trump tariffs are apparently rolling in. And this looks like it's going to be pretty solid over the long run as a form of revenue generation for the United States of America. And now that there's a good thing and a bad thing here. One thing is Trump is talking about like cutting checks for people. Like you just get a check as a result of the tariff money coming in to win over some people who didn't maybe like the tariff idea for a while. You give people a check and they're like, well, wait just a second here. I like this now. It's the best. Buying votes is the best. It just works for everybody. Cha-ching. And the state of tariffs, I guess, is quite a good one right now.
Wow, they got in before Puerto Rico, huh?
I guess so. This says state of U.S. tariffs. This was as of a couple of days ago. The Budget Lab estimated the effects of all U.S. tariffs and foreign retaliation implemented in 2025 to be, well, I think they said it's been a couple $2 billion so far that companies have had to pay as a result of this. And they said that they believe dynamic revenues could be $2.5 trillion over the next 10 years. 2.9 trillion maybe on the high end. And so Trump is talking about, hey, what we could do here is send everybody checks. Now, I'm going to offer you two options. I know the one that you're going to take, all right? I already know. Before I offer this up, I know what everybody's going to say. You're not going to agree with me. You're going to take option two. Option number one would be if these tariffs are going to raise $3 trillion over the next 10 years or so, President Trump should do this and do it right now. And in the long run, I think it would be hugely successful and a great thing for him to do, and he'd be remembered in a positive way for doing this. Say, what we're going to do is take all of the funds from tariffs that are generated and put them into an account, and we are going to pay down the debt. We are going to pay down all of the money that our country owes, all the money that we are behind, which is a lot of money, just in case you were wondering.
Or what's the other option?
Well, hang on. You know, again, option one, the bank account as a country is not looking so great. Maybe we take this new tariff money, which could be trillions of dollars, and we pay down the national debt. If we pay down the national debt and financially we're starting to look a little bit more secure in the coming years, maybe we can say, hey, now that we've cleared out all of this money, what about something like universal health care for Americans? We pay a lot of money in tax dollars. Why don't we do something like that? Right? So I think that if we first get our financial house in order, paying the tariffs or using the tariff monies to pay down our growing debt.
But
one more thing I want to show you. All right.
Show us the butt.
One more thing I want to show you. This is the national debt clock. All right, it's very hard to read.
What the hell is that?
This
is fake.
No, this is real. This is real.
This is not real, Sean.
Imagine you look down on your left wrist and you see
this is real. This is the national debt clock. All of these are things that show how much money we owe.
I didn't even realize because you didn't zoom in that I thought that was just a still image.
No.
This is an active debt.
Yeah. Look, all of that is money climbing up. We owe a lot of money right now. So the U.S. national debt is
this looks like a slot machine where you see all the rules and you go, all right, I'm just going to put my money in and hit the button.
I know what you're saying. Okay, we owe $37 trillion, Sean. If we pay off $3 trillion, it's only like not even 10% of the national debt. What do we? I think it's a good start, and I think it would help us with stuff going down the road. And I think Trump should do it. Okay. Option two: everybody gets a check.
For how
much?
I'm going to go with option two.
If we had, well, let's see. They're not going to have the whole $2 trillion for quite some time. So. Hang on. How much is it so far that they've brought in? Tariffs, Actually, I saw it in my email this morning. So let me bring this up because I want to know how much it is. It was a lot of money. It was a couple $1 billion.
This almost sends a mixed message to me, I think, because there are people, and I made fun of one of them last night on Twitter because he spelled something wrong. It was the last thing.
Happy Gilmore too. A little roasting.
It was the last thing I did before I went to sleep. Was just to roast this dude. Mm-hmm. But he was saying, "Well, buy American, and you won't have to deal with tariffs." And I go,
"Good luck."
Well, that's the thing. That's very expensive. Now that it looks like now there's a chance the tariff money could be coming back to us, it almost seems financially sound not to buy American. Buy the thing that's tariffed, because some of that money is going to come back. And the more of the tariff, the more that could possibly come back.
Exactly.
I don't know if that's financially sound, but it sounds okay. It's almost like if I spend a lot of money and then my credit card gives me cash back, I'm making money. And kinda. Here's our tariff revenues. Okay?
Or we could buy American, and that's the credit card that doesn't give us cash back.
Monthly tariff revenue.
They have points.
Skyrocketed. We weren't getting anything in tariffs. All these other presidents were dumbos on the tariffs. We weren't bringing in any monies. And now it's up to $27 billion. So let's say we went at like a year. Let's be really, really conservative about this. Let's say $300 billion. How much is everybody getting in a check, C-Lane? How much is everybody? 350 million Americans, $300 billion. What are we getting? And don't do the math where everybody's like, every American could get $1 billion and there'd still be money left over.
How many Americans?
350-ish. Again,
a million?
350 million-ish Americans.
350, that's it.
And $300 billion. To be conservative. So
it's only
remember,
like $850.
Okay, so does everybody want $850?
During COVID, we got like, what, $5,000? What was the COVID checks?
I'm sorry.
It was decent for some people, I think.
Yeah.
There's also been some promises
$5,000,
I don't remember.
of $5,000 checks for the Doge stuff, and like all tied into this. So would you want a check, or would you want the U.S. government to pay down the debt? Which one of those would you want? And I already know what the answer is going to be. This is going to be like Sean, 1%, everybody else 99%, because it's just too sexy to get the check, to get the money.
Now, is there steps with the check? Like you have to put it back in this way, or you just spend it how you want?
It's all kind of hypothetical now. It's just Trump was floating out the idea of doing this. I don't know if I have him talking about this, but there was some discussion over whether or not Americans would get some checks. Here, is this it? No, that's Epstein back and forth. I'll find this, but there was something with Trump talking about possibly people getting checks, which was floated with the Doge stuff. And this is after the U.S. and the EU struck a deal on tariffs. So, all of this good. Now, what I would really like more than any of that is for somebody to do me a favor with the old property taxes. But, who am I to complain about this? Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's see here. I did want to talk about what happened with this American Airlines flight, because it was absolutely crazy, number one. And it shows that a lot of you have weird priorities. If you're getting out of a plane that is on fire on the tarmac, you don't need to get your checked luggage, everybody, okay?
Oh,
you don't need to...
They're getting stuff out of the overhead bin. This is their carry-ons.
Oh, yeah, okay. You don't need to get your carry-ons, all right? This American Airlines flight, I saw these people. And also, do we need to have a national day where we all learn how to roll out of the planes on the slides with all the issues that have been happening?
I think that we have learned, as of late, that the slides aren't as fun as they appear.
Well, it wasn't for this.
It's more of a 90-degree angle.
It wasn't for this. All the people who came off this American Airlines flight, which was on fire, I'm taking a look at it right now, and all of them were grabbing their check-on or their carry-on bags, and so many of them were falling down the slide and like popping over and stuff. Hear the emergency sounds. Oh, there's somebody falling. I mean, like the first lady off. This lady, she just like plummets down the inflatable slide.
I mean, last one we talked about where we, a friend of the show was doing the slide stuff, and they showed that footage from inside the airport. Just about everybody was falling. Like they should have that bottom part a little bit more cushiony, like they do at carnivals and stuff.
Possibly, I don't know why there's not more softness down to that part, because this lady just like Superman herself.
Sorry, we're getting you off the plane that's on fire.
Yeah,
a little bit of a tumble is fine.
What are you, a pilot?
Say that to the injured people, and she's not the only one. People are sliding down the slide right now. They got their carry-ons with them, of course.
Well, those are just handbags, but in a second, there's a dude with a roller bag.
Kids coming down.
This thing is really on fire.
Families coming down. You hear all the alarms going off. Another lady rolls out here, I think. Ready?
This guy.
This is Dad of the Year. This guy comes out with his kid in his arms and then crashes at the bottom.
And brings his kid down with him.
Probably listen to the kid here. Hold on.
You okay?
No, he's not. Bye. No, he's not. See ya.
You okay, little guy? No, he's not. Nothing's okay about this. We didn't get our carry-ons. We're
kind
on
of
the tarmac.
When it comes to this person who is filming everything, and you know what? For the sake of what we do, and we're sharing this, glad we have the footage. But is there any sort of authority or people that are there to help those leaving the plane on fire? Because he's allowed to just be all up in everyone's business filming.
Yeah. I don't see anybody.
eFresh Rock says, why is there no employee at the bottom helping
There's not
people
one employee.
get up?
There's none.
There might be one helping upstairs, up at the top.
Shoving them down?
Yeah, it's a smaller American Airlines flight. It's not a huge flight, so the crew might have been a little bit more limited, but there's nobody on the tarmac. There's nobody. Now, if they zoomed out a little bit, you would see C-Lane on the other side of the tarmac watching his fire trucks roll in and out. Just hanging out, enjoying himself, watching these little kids.
Man? What's wrong with you?
These little kids tumble onto the tarmac. With the kids like, "Ah!"
You okay? No, he's not.
No, he's not. Bye.
No. See you later. That guy did it pretty cool. The last guy's just like, bam, and deuces, and then rolls out to wherever he's going. You got to leave your stuff behind. I know it's so tempting. I know you want to get your carry-ons. I know you want to have like your chargers and your underwear. I know you want to have all of your stuff, if you will. But if the plane's on fire, get off the plane.
Yeah.
Worry about the other stuff later. Okay? This is so strange that we do stuff like this. Where there's an emergency? Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Let me get all of my items right now, which will block other people from being able to get off the flight and, cause a backup and stuff.
I could understand like grabbing your phone out of the pouch or something like that, but somebody got in their overhead compartment to get bags out, and it was more than one. And there was an argument on the comments thread, and I kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's the slide's probably built a little tougher than this, but they were like, what if somebody had something jagged in that luggage that broke the slide the slide deflated, and now what are you just jumping off the plane?
Yeah, now you're just plopping down. You're landing on the asphalt, right on the tarmac.
No, you'll just be landing on people's luggage. They'll just
What was the fine idea that would put a stop to this if you fined them for grabbing their carry-on
Somebody
luggage?
said $1,000 for each person who had carry-on luggage going down there, and somebody else said 10.
You wouldn't do it again. It would stop it immediately.
Wow.
Because
What are the chances you're going to get two? What are the odds you get two chances to ride that slide?
None. So probably going to happen once in your life.
And not be a flight attendant.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at this, I go, well, our priorities are all out of whack here. They are just completely sideways. But what do you think? Would you stop? Are you saying, no, I'm getting my baggage. I'm doing that before I slide down the slide. Let us know what your thoughts are. Send us your dispatches at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break. An emailer saying they almost always agree with me, but... And they're dropping a butt. They're dropping a butt. We'll see what that's all about. We got a very strange update on the Hulk Hogan front that we got to get into. There's a lot to talk about, and we only have so much time to do it here on a Monday, so let's do it together. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up Tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and we are gearing up for a hot day across Central Florida. In fact, dangerously hot temperatures will be possible with a high of 98 degrees today in Orlando. Feels like temperatures topping out around 110 degrees plus. We have a heat advisory in place starting at noon today. That will last through about 7 p.m. We won't see much in the way of relief from the heat either anytime soon. We'll be expecting highs to stay right around the mid and upper 90s through at least the end of this week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Craving an action-packed adventure? Audible delivers thrills on your command. Get your imagination going with audiobooks that keep you guessing. Captivating originals, hotly anticipated new releases, and bestsellers. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Delta Airlines doesn't just help you see the world, they help you embrace it. Delta's dedicated teams make your travel experience extraordinary, anticipating your every need with genuine care throughout your journey. The app puts you in total control, and with fast, free Delta Sync Wi-Fi, you can stay connected to what matters most. So flight time feels more like me time. With exclusive partnerships and Sky Miles rewards, every part of the Delta experience is designed to make the journey as enjoyable as the destination.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro's swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking.
Hello. Welcome to Skull Mike, everybody. I haven't been on a plane in 16 to 17 years? How do you even life? 16 to 17 years you haven't been on a plane? Damn. I don't like to fly, so I'd much rather drive 2 days. That's my difficult lot in life. I hate flying because I hate turbulence, and I hate driving long distances. Awesome. Okay, we're coming back in just 90 seconds, everybody. 90 seconds, and we're coming back. Hope you're doing all right on a Monday. We haven't even really scratched the surface here. There's an email coming in where somebody's like, I almost always agree with you, Sean, but... And then they go after something. 30 years or more, no plane. I like to drive. When I get there, I have my car. Yeah, but, I mean, how far are you going? You're never going to see California, for God's sake. What are you going to do about that? I mean, you can skip California, but there's places you got to go. Oh, the places you'll go. All right, folks, we're coming back in 30 seconds. Hold on to your butts.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when a professional practice or a small business is involved, and of course, on the line. At Cordell & Cordell, we know the years of work that you've invested in what's at stake. For over 35 years, we've helped guide doctors, lawyers, and business owners through the complex process to protect their businesses that they've spent their lives building. Call Cordell & Cordell today, because your business is more than a job, it's your legacy. Protect their businesses that they've spent their lives building. Call Cordell & Cordell today, because your business is more than a job, it's your legacy.
Orlando, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
things happening here on planet Earth in the viral news realm. You learn more about the show, go over to the website. Where's that? It's thenewsjunkie.com. An email coming in, and it's the rare dissent. The rare dissent. One of those emails where they're like, hey, I usually agree with you, Sean, but
Is it
this,
rare?
this
Is it rare
you're
that
wrong
people
about.
dissent with you?
Yeah, I think overall. I mean, you think my inbox would just be buzzing with this stuff, but not as much as you might think. I think a lot of people out there are just like, yeah, okay, all right, that makes sense. David emails the show, and he's talking about the Amy Bradley documentary. And if you didn't see this documentary or docuseries, yeah, it's a cruise-related one. And there's been a lot of people who have been roped into this. It's about the disappearance of a woman named Amy Bradley. The actual documentary is called, I'm trying to see.
Where's Amy or something like that? Or
yeah,
what happened?
Amy Bradley is missing.
That
So, pretty generic. And then I see all these stories like the celebrities getting involved. Kim Kardashian makes desperate Amy Bradley plea after mind-blowing Netflix documentary, she says.
Okay.
She insists her Instagram followers find Amy. All of you on Instagram, find Amy after watching Netflix's Amy Bradley is Missing. Bradley was last seen sleeping on the balcony of a cruise ship. That was in the 90s, a long time ago. David says, Amy Bradley, are you sure, Sean? Sean, I almost didn't watch this because you have excellent takes on these things. But what about all the eyewitnesses? One or two, maybe. But this seems like there very well could be something more to this. Love to hear your thoughts again. And thank you for the question. Thank you for the email, David. Let me tell you why I think this documentary is not only not good, but bad and gross. It's gross. It was what I said before, because I think that they're taking advantage of a family that's already been taken advantage of. This family has been, through like private investigators and stuff, bilked out of about $250,000 with people keeping their hopes up of finding their daughter alive because somehow she was sneaked off of a cruise ship in the matter of about 30 minutes and brought into some nefarious sex trafficking ring. And it's so much more obvious when you watch the movie what was actually going on here. One of the things that nobody really wants to talk about is, and I hate to say this, but I think Amy Bradley's parents were a little bit homophobic. All right?
Oh, no.
Amy Bradley had just come out to her parents not too long ago as a lesbian. In the docuseries on Netflix, boy, oh boy, did they talk about how all the guys on the cruise ship were just fawning over Amy. And boy, did they want Amy so much. And Amy was in love with a woman. And Amy Bradley also just had this woman break up with her because there was some infidelity in their relationship. And it was a heartbreaking moment that she was going through. She also had a bunch of drinks in her system. I don't know if she jumped or she fell, but it seems quite clear to me that that's where Amy Bradley's experience ended. Now, what happens here is a lot of people go, what are you talking about, Sean? Didn't you watch the docuseries on Netflix? There were multiple people, at least two people, that said they saw her and had a conversation with her after she went missing.
Okay.
And I say to you, you clearly have never heard of any kind of story like this. If you set up an 800 number for a missing person and it starts to get like national or international attention, do you have any idea the number of people who will come out of the woodwork and tell you that they've seen Natalie Holloway?
I mean, by the thousands, they will say that. And even more so, you'll get hotlines that blow up so much that there are people that will admit that they're the killer, even though they have nothing to do with it. That's how some folks in society work.
There's some strange people that come out of the woodwork when these stories pop up and they go, I swear. And some of them are making it up. Some of them are weirdos. Some of them are grifters. Some of them genuinely probably think they saw the person. Because the world is full of people who look like other people. And you might just be like, oh, my God, I really feel like there was a connection here.
If you don't think that there are weirdos out there, you've clearly never answered the phones at a radio station.
Oh, good God. Yeah, you learned something here.
They still call every once in a while. Sweet.
David, if you want to come do that for a day, we could probably arrange it. Just you'll see the amount of people that are out there. But if you have a big national 800 number, you will literally have people come forward and tell you all sorts of things. I happen to believe that the most empathetic, nice thing, decent thing as a human to do is to be honest with people who have lost their loved ones. These people have spent like 30 years now being dragged around by the nose and now being dragged around by Netflix with people telling them that their daughter is still alive. It perpetuates this notion that girls are just getting grabbed everywhere and pulled into sex slavery and human trafficking that is incredibly popular in some circles, but not really all that in touch with the reality of the situation. I think you're finding that a lot of people, many of them empathetic types, are watching this docuseries and being like, we've got to find out what's going on here. But the reality is a crushing, hard, difficult to swallow truth. This girl died in the 90s when she fell off the cruise ship or jumped off the cruise ship. That's that. That's the rest of it. Or you believe that in the 30 minutes or an hour after her father saw her that she skipped out of the cruise ship cabin, that nobody heard her doing that, which if you've ever been in a cruise ship cabin is borderline impossible. They're tiny little areas that are quite loud. That everybody didn't notice that she's was not just she went out. Maybe she was snuck out by somebody else. And then in the 30 minutes that they had, brought onto some other country and brought into human trafficking. It's just like, I get it. Like the documentary is trying to lead you somewhere. Your job as a viewer, though, is to sometimes have a little bit of skeptical elements to how you take in this stuff. So there you go, David. That's what I thought. You let me know what you think about that. We'll go back and forth, you and I, forever. We're going to get to more of you and your dispatches. A lot of people chiming in on many things going viral today, including the Happy Gilmore 2 movie. Got some thoughts on that. I'm seeing people with their takes coming in. But as far as takes go, I don't think I could be more against anything than I am this. All right? This is the thing that I've seen where I'm like, this is a foot down moment. This is let's put our feet down. Let's not accept this. Let's not do this. I love new car technology. I think it's awesome. I think these new vehicles that we're lucky enough to drive, many of us, are awesome. And they have CarPlay and whatever the Google thing is and, you know, all this great technology. But Mercedes-Benz, get on out of here. Get on out of here. Walk back away. Go back to the drawing board wherever you came from.
Oh, boy.
Because the news has dropped today that new Mercedes vehicles will all come preloaded with Microsoft Teams.
Nah, dog. I
have to tell you, there's a couple of reasons why I hate that, but the biggest, most important one, and the only one that I really need to tell you about, is why are you being required to do Teams meetings in a vehicle? Why are you driving and I've got to have Microsoft Teams on the dashboard of my Mercedes-Benz? No.
Certainly, this is not for video chat.
No, I can't imagine.
Don't think so.
Or if they're going to show a PowerPoint while you're going 70?
Well, it says in a press release, Mercedes-Benz claimed they found a way for drivers to video conference without distraction. And it has a Microsoft Teams app, and it's going to be safe to use while cruising down the highway. It brings enhanced functionality and the ability to use the built-in vehicle camera to participate in Teams calls while the vehicle is in motion. They're working with Microsoft on bringing Microsoft 365 Copilot into the vehicle. So you can send Outlook email and attend Microsoft Teams meetings, or you could drive. We're not yet at the autopilot moment that I think everybody thinks we are. If you're in full autopilot.
It's a Copilot is what they're
No, not that one. No. Once the car is driving and you're doing nothing, and that's what all of our experiences are, okay, fine, maybe. But until then, big fat no. I do not want that in my vehicle, and I don't think this should be a cultural change that we make where it's like, all right, we got Zoom and Teams, and we can go in all our meetings even while we're driving somewhere.
See, there's a little bit of a double-edged sword when it comes to the technology making things so awesome for you.
You like it, don't you? Do you like it?
No, I don't. Well, I don't want to feel like I should be required to, work in the car. Mm-hmm. And Wi-Fi on a plane is fantastic. Oh my gosh, it makes the flight go by so much quicker. But I'm sure there are people who get on the plane and go, well, they can't do meetings, they're not allowed, but they can do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that, just seems like,
hey, Microsoft Teams, can we maybe work with the airlines first and foremost instead of putting people in danger?
That could be fine. That could be okay. That could be a person's choice. But if it comes down to like, no, you can't say that you're not going to be at the business meeting today. We know your car comes equipped with Microsoft Teams, and it's safe for you to do it, they say. So you Zoom or Microsoft Teams into the... No, please. Go in every direction but that. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. We got some clips we got to get to, some really good stuff that's going to drive a conversation today. But right now, before we get to the Hulk Hogan crazy updates and all that stuff I talked about, we got to do my favorite thing on a Monday. We're going to check in with our friend Amy Kaufeldt, all right? She'll be joining us in just a matter of minutes. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
The left lane's blocked on I-4 eastbound approaching Maitland Boulevard. There's a crash on Semorin Boulevard near Loma Avenue, causing a bit of commotion there. Look out for crews off to the shoulder, clearing up an accident on State Road 429 northbound before Orange Blossom Trail, and on the beach line, eastbound and westbound. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident near Dallas Boulevard. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Supercharge your studies during Dell Technologies Back to School event with AI PCs starting at $749.99, like the Dell 14 Plus featuring an Intel Core Ultra processor. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Our annual Real Radio Texas Hold'em charity poker tournament, presented by Injured on the Go, JustCallMo.com, is happening August 16th. And whether you're going or not, we could still raise money for the mustard seed of Central Florida. If you and your business want to help, you can by donating a prize or service for our silent auction. Get the details on how to donate at realradio.fm/poker. Thanks as always to our sponsors who make this event possible. That Mortgage Guy Don, Solar Source, Mills Air, Stella, Hard Rock Cafe, and Just Call Mo.
I candy energy drink.
Hey, everybody. Amy Kaufeldt coming up next. Wait till you hear this Hulk Hogan story, by the way. It's a good conversation. Straight out the viral minds. Good stuff. Okay, we got 4 minutes. And would you look at this? Already on the grid. In action. And with the correct mic selected. She sounds good. I heard her already. Amy Kaufeldt. The amazing Amy Kaufeldt.
Sounds great.
Kevin says, day one without cigarettes, chewing gum like freaking crack. Like a crackhead right now. Good for you, bud.
Yeah, he said it sounds good.
Let me tell you something. Just personally, I have stopped smoking twice. I have now not smoked in, I think, 18 months, maybe a little longer than that.
How are you?
Don't miss it. Don't regret stopping. Good. Keep going.
Chill. Although we went to that thing at the executive airport. They had the thunder truck out there. It was like a family.
Why did you do that? Well, I mean, at the time I was drinking a lot of whiskey, not getting as much exercise. I had a lot of bad things going on. So I wanted to get rid of one of them. If that's what you're asking. I wanted to get rid of one of them. Now, champion. Over 10,000 steps. Every single day, baby. I'm rocking and rolling. Over 10,000 steps a day. My drinking is probably cut in like a third, maybe. Like I'm down to a third of what I used to drink, if not even a little less than that. It's all going well. I'm guessing you smell a lot better now? Are you suggesting that I smelled bad before? Maybe. Probably.
He was super unimpressed with sitting in a helicopter.
What's your mile time? I'm still going every day, and I'm still running, and I'm trying to get better, and I'm trying to like not mess up my knees and learn more about running. But I was talking about it last week. I'm not timing myself now. I want to get better, and then time myself. 2 minutes. We're coming back with Amy Kaufeldt in 2 minutes. Hey folks, if you're new here, hit subscribe. This is a show about viral news, the 3 best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day.
It's awesome. Like, it's still, quirky. Like, there's still little stuff, like the lights. It's weird.
No booze, 10 flippin' years, weed consumer says. Weed consumer. From what I can tell with market trends that I've seen, and I do watch this kind of shit, because this is what I do. Marijuana is rocketing up. The marijuana, the THC beverages are rocketing up. And all of the alcohol is kind of on the the decline. It is crazy how fast alcohol is declining and THC is going up. It's amazing. It's a big change. Okay, we got 1 minute. You pooping enough? What? Thank you, sir.
Don't forget to visit Cocoa Beach, Orlando's closest beach. Soak up the sun, ride the waves, shop a little, and enjoy Cocoa Beach's legendary laid-back beach vibes. Cocoa Beach is perfect for adventure seekers, families, or a beautiful date with a sunset finish. Vacation mode starts at Cocoa Beach, the perfect stop for your sea voyage. Don't miss the boat. Plan your visit today at legendarycocobeach.com. That's legendarycocobeach.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Where common sense meets complete nonsense. This is the News Junkie.
Viral Newsroom, and we want to spend time with you, as always. Learn more about the show, go over to the website. That is found, as you might expect, at thenewsjunkie.com. It's Monday. It's time. Let's do my favorite thing here. Let's welcome Amy Kaufeldt from Fox 35.
Hey, guys. Happy Monday.
Hey,
What's
first
happening?
Of all,
Great to
you
see
sound fantastic today. That is excellent.
Good to see you guys. It sounds much better, right?
Yeah.
I think we figured out what the quirky thing weird was.
And
but
can I tell you
all
something? I don't want to point any fingers at you and put any blame on you, but we talked to you last week. Your microphone was different, and then a lot of celebrities died. A lot of very...
It was a terrible week,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was so sad.
Yeah.
There is something weird about the whole it happens in threes, isn't it? Like, everyone was like, oh gosh, who's going to be the next person?
And there were like
Sure
two
enough.
others that got completely ignored.
There's some also randoms.
Oh, wait. Who are the two others? Now I feel
mean,
bad.
what a
question.
week. It was like we got off the line with you, and they just started dropping like flies. And had you ever met? I would love to see an encounter between Amy Kaufeldt and Ozzy Osbourne.
Same here. Oh my gosh. I did see footage. It must have been from his other daughter that is not very famous.
Uh-huh.
And it was like a whole carousel on IG of him as Papa.
Oh.
And all the grandkid interactions. Oh, did I cry?
Jack Osbourne
so sad.
posted a video of him and his dad. He was very young. And I think his dad was bringing him out into the front of the stage of an empty like arena or theater. And he was like, what do we say?
Mm-hmm.
And the little Jack Osbourne's like, thank you. I love you all. Good night. And then they bowed together. It was the most adorable thing.
Did you over the years get to meet Hulk Hogan, Amy?
No, in fact, I
I'm
never met
surprised.
Hulk Hogan. You know who we used to have on the show a lot was Sergeant Slaughter. Do you remember Sergeant Slaughter?
Did you
from back in the
really?
day?
Yeah, I remember. Wrestler who was the whole theme was like an angry army guy, obviously.
I would love to see that footage.
He would come on the show a lot, and he was a lot of fun. So from that era, from the era, and then we had Randy Savage on one time, and that was many, many years ago. But no, never met Hulk Hogan. And it was one of those things where it was just so sad to have all those three, all in such a short span and all icons in their own right, but from such different genres. That's what was interesting too. You had this, the 80s sitcom, everybody knew and loved Malcolm Jamal Warner as Theo. And then, Ozzy Osbourne, of course, for anybody who was like deep into heavy metal, loved, those bands back in the day. And then of course, Hulk Hogan, it was just sad just to lose three icons all, in a row like that.
It
But
definitely hit,
Sabrina, we said we missed two. Who were we missed?
And
Chuck Mangione was one of them.
thank you so much. And there was Gracie something.
Yeah.
That also had passed. But it was
real Farrah Fawcett material. Just
Grim Reaper quota met.
Yeah. I mean,
But here we are.
There was a lot of those stories, one after another, and then we get into this thing, which is like a bigger cultural phenomenon that I'm pretty sure is an American thing, where there's two roads. And one road is that when people die, somebody goes, well, this is the worst thing that I can tie to this person, so that's going to be my only lasting memory of them, and all of their existence will be tarnished by this bad thing that I know that they did. And then there, I think, are other people, pretty normal people in my estimation, who when somebody dies goes, damn, if this person wasn't like Hitler level, it seems like that sucks for their family members. And it seems like that's a really tough thing. And it seems like even though maybe it doesn't impact me on a personal level, I can understand that to lose your dad, like the son of Hulk Hogan posting all this stuff and those things is tough. But it's crazy. It's crazy how when people die, like the rush to just like completely tarnish folks moments after their death is crazy.
Cancel them posthumously.
Yeah, it's already dead.
Or just make up stuff too. Remember when Bob Saget died?
Nobody's lived a perfect life. You know what I mean? Like there's, that's the other thing. And I think you bring up such a good point, Sean, right? That, a person should not be summed up by the whole of one incident in their life that, was bad. And I think that's what's tough about, sometimes when these celebrities pass, because you're right. It can be very dividing. We had a school board member locally here who, made some disparaging remarks on Facebook about Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And then apologized for making those remarks. Now she did it on a private, on her private Facebook page, but you're still a political office holder, right? You're still the member of a school board. So then she went onto her actual political account to apologize for making those remarks. And I think it's sort of no different than what we tell our kids about social media. And sometimes we don't follow our own rules and our own best advice. Just because you think it doesn't mean you have to say it. And just because you type it doesn't mean you have to press enter and actually post it. I mean, you know what? Maybe if you're a keyboard warrior and it makes you feel better to like say something, say it in private. It doesn't have to be out there for everyone to consume.
I'm not the biggest keyboard warrior in the world, Sean.
He is though a little bit, Amy. He'll get you.
I like to poke every now and then. Just poke the bear.
What Amy's talking about is a very interesting point. It's this Florida County School Board chair named Sarah Rockwell, and she posted this on Facebook after Hulk Hogan's death. Oh, did Hulk die? I didn't even know. Good. One less MAGA in the world. In a follow-up comment, she said, he worked with the McMahons to union bust professional wrestling. Oh, well, then rotten it then. Amy Kaufeldt here. I can't say that part. He's never been a good guy. I feel absolutely nothing about his death, this woman says. And then we have all right, well, some people call you out. Let's change the tone.
Never been a good guy is just false.
That's pretty brutal.
Everybody was saying the nicest things about the Hulkster.
But stuff like this, like, do you all remember when we had diaries and journals?
Yeah,
put
you
it
don't have
in
to post
there.
everything.
Like, see that there. As soon as you put it on the internet, there are consequences to it, even if you think it's private. Sorry.
Well, she said, a few days ago, I made a cruel and flippant comment from my personal Facebook account on a friend's post regarding the death of Hulk Hogan. I deeply regret making that comment and have since removed it. I want to make it very clear that I never have and never will wish harm on anybody, regardless of whether we share political views. Oh, yeah? Well, I strongly disagree with some of the comments Hulk Hogan has made. That's no excuse for my comment. I mean, one thing that I've seen, and I wonder how much of this you kind of pick up on, Amy, just because of the spotlight that you're on and all the people that you see. In my estimation, and I've seen a lot of facts that back this up, that bring some truth to what I'm thinking here. I feel like there's so many people that think about the folks out there that disagree with him politically. And if you said, like, explain to me how this person is, they would put together a caricature of the worst human being you could ever imagine. Not knowing that, like, there's a lot of people out there that you might politically disagree with that may have voted like the majority of people who voted in the election for President Trump. And it doesn't make all of those people these terrible humans who deserve this sort of behavior. So I think politics, and this is proof of it, just kind of makes people gross. I think that sometimes it does.
And it's unfortunate. And I think, too, because, you know, and you hear this all the time from celebrities, and it's sad. They always say, you know, we're humans. We are of flesh and blood, just like you are. So when you say hurtful and hateful things about us on social media, and we read those things, right? We are no different than anyone else. You cut me, I bleed, right? And we just, I don't know why. We just feel like when someone is a celebrity or famous, you know, for any reason, therefore that they become a target. And,
and then that person responds and they're like, I never thought that you would like actually I was kidding.
That happens so much.
Thanks.
Yeah, that happens an insane amount of times. Like, I was just joking around. I'm a huge fan. By the way, I don't think this lady deserves to be fired. Let's give people a little more grace to let them say dumb things and then, you know, correct themselves. And if she did it again, then you'd have a conversation. But that's an interesting one for sure. What else is grabbing your attention out there on this lovely Monday?
You guys, this heat, it is insane. So we have been all over, you know, talking about this heat advisory today. We could potentially break a record today. We're going to come really close. Tampa actually did break a record yesterday, 100 degrees. It's the highest recorded temperature ever. And here's the difference. We always talk about, oh, it's hotter in Phoenix. It's hotter in like Death Valley, California. Well, yes, it's hotter, but what they don't have that we do is we have humidity, and the humidity makes it that much more miserable, and actually it makes it worse because the humidity sort of it kind of takes your breath away. You go outside and you're just like the air is so thick you have a hard time
if you
breathing.
think about it, like every bit of water you need in your body is now just beating all over your body outside where it doesn't belong, essentially.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's the other thing, too. It's like you go outside and you think you're sweating, but sometimes that's just, like Sabrina mentioned, that's just the humidity that is like, you know, is coming off your skin. And then the other thing, too, is that people get confused by the whole hydration thing, and they think, oh, I'm just going to, you know, chug a bunch of water and then I'll be fine. But it doesn't work that way. Hydration is about like constant, you know, you're sipping water all day. You're not chugging a bunch of water and then being like, oh, I just made up for not sipping water for the last 2 days.
I do that all the time. Courtney gets so mad at me, and then I'll be like, I feel sick. I just drank so much water so fast. She's like, you're an idiot. You don't just take it all in at once. You don't go, like, the doctors are telling me I need 6 to 8 cups of water a day, so I will drink it in one session.
Get the funnel ready.
Or I could cut that number in half with liquid IVs and chug those.
Right. Amy, tell me what the secret is, because you guys, you're out on the road sometimes doing the show.
Oh my gosh.
How do you go out in this heat and in the middle of Florida? For those of you elsewhere, Amy is from Fox 35. She's a big star. And you're out there on the road and you're doing a live show. How are you not just like covered in sweat, just melting on television when this happens?
I am, Sean. We just put like extra filters on the camera so you can't see. No, like thankfully the last couple of ones, they've either put us under a tent or we've been like under an awning of some kind. So at least we're not in direct heat. But yeah, we're sweating. And the reporters, when they go out, you know, the reporters will go out, they'll do a live shot. They'll get back in the truck or whatever car they're in. They'll turn up the AC. Then they'll go back out a half hour later. Usually they do like a hit every half hour. And so when they're not on air, they're in air conditioning. But when we're doing live shows, like we did the last month, we do these summer block party shows. We're outside for the full hour. We're not like sneaking back into the air conditioning.
Are they interested in doing
brutal.
like a winter block party show?
Yeah, that sounds smarter.
Thank you, Sabrina. I love this idea.
Beautiful out there that time of year.
I'll send an email along with my sunset picture that hopefully one day will make the news.
It is incredibly hot out there.
I love your sunset pictures. You haven't sent one in a while. Send it directly to me. I'll put it on television.
Yeah, I send it, but I try to sneak in my face somewhere. Like I Photoshop it to put my face in the sun just to see if it makes it. And Brooks always catches me.
Sabrina, does it mean less if you utilize your connection with Amy Kaufeldt to get your photo on the news versus if you like send it in like all the other people do?
Yeah.
And then they just like they choose it because it's the best photo. Is one more valuable to you?
I will try one more time the way the regular folk do it. And if it doesn't make the cut, then yes, I will be sending it directly to Amy.
Pull some levers.
See,
Just
that's
put like
why
a little star on it.
That's why I haven't. That's why I haven't put in Jackson to be weather baby, because I don't want to be accused of some sort of
manipulation,
behind the scenes buffoonery. Manipulation is a good word.
Yeah.
Sabrina was the weather baby one time.
No, remember I didn't make it because they realized that it was my adult face on the baby.
They caught it first.
Yeah, I'm a sneaky little lady, but still a huge fan. Every single morning watching Good Day Orlando. I want to be very clear.
I love you guys.
What else is grabbing your attention out there?
You guys, a trial just started today, and some folks who are big Orlando Magic fans will be familiar with the name Adrian Payne. Adrian Payne was murdered in Orlando in 2022. He was called to a house where he was told there was like a domestic situation going on. Was friends with some of these folks, and so he went out to the house and thought he was helping to sort of break up a domestic situation. And the gentleman who's on trial, his name is Lawrence Doherty. He said that he was intimidated by Adrian's size. He's a big dude, almost 7 feet tall.
Jesus.
And so he went and got a gun. And he shot Adrian Payne, and he died. He did not survive. Wow. So he is on trial right now. We are in the courtroom today. He is claiming self-defense, saying that he was intimidated by the size, and so that's why he went and got his gun.
He's saying stand your
but there's
ground,
some
right?
Surveillance video. What's that?
He was saying he's claiming stand your ground, right?
Correct. He's
Just
claiming
based
stand your
on the
ground. Yeah,
man's
self-defense under Florida's stand your ground law, saying he felt threatened by Payne's size and actions. But there is some surveillance video, and this is what is going to be really interesting about this case. Some surveillance footage captured part of this, and in it, a woman, presumably the woman who maybe was in the middle of this domestic situation, can be heard pleading, "Do not pull your gun out," and then you could hear, "We were asked to come here." So then there's just a single gunshot, and they took him to the hospital.
That's
he didn't make
interesting.
It, so.
I don't know that I've heard anything like this before, where somebody is saying, I was standing my ground, I was defending myself. And the reason isn't because necessarily of a move or something on the part of the person that they ended up shooting, but simply their size, the immutable characteristic of them being larger than the other person. Which, if I'm honest with you, seems like a very bad precedent to set for tall people out there. I don't know how C-Lane feels about this, but if somebody's like, C-Lane was big, he was taller than me, so I had to start blasting, and I felt like I was in danger. That seems bad.
You bring up a good point, Sean. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. When people pull that or try to use the stand your ground offense, and you might remember this is a story that was big not too long ago. A woman shot another woman through her front door. Do you guys remember this?
Yeah, absolutely.
There was a mother knocking on the door, and she was upset because this woman had been yelling at the kids out front, like threw something at the kids.
Yeah.
And so the mother went to the door, and she was knocking on the door, and the lady on the other side said she felt threatened, and so she shot her through the front door. And she died. And the claim was, well, I was defending myself. So where is that line? And the NBA player, the former NBA player, he did not have a gun. He had no weapon. And
he
then, you
tall.
don't have a weapon, so you go and get the weapon. Instead, you go and get the weapon and you bring it back and then shoot someone. So, I don't know.
It doesn't add up to me. I mean, I'm not buying it if I'm a juror that, like, just because this person was a tall human being, you felt the need to kill them. Like, I don't know. That seems like it's going to be tough for them to win over the jurors, but that's a very interesting case for sure. All right. Anything else, Amy?
That's it. You guys just stay safe out there. Stay cool as best you can. And we're supposed to send some astronauts up this week. Crew 11 is supposed to go up at noon on Thursday, so that should be 12:09 Thursday.
It is too hot to astronaut right now.
Is it too hot to astronaut?
I think so.
The one that was supposed to be tomorrow night already has been moved?
So tomorrow night is just a Falcon 9 sending up Starlink satellites. Yeah. The one on Thursday, 12:09 right now is what it's set for, is a 4-crew astronaut crew. It's I think it's crew 11, and then when they get up there, crew 10 that's been up there since March, they will be able to take that Dragon capsule back home.
All right, got you.
Yeah. So 2 launches this week.
Always an absolute pleasure to talk to you. You are the best of the best. Stay cool out there. Don't let the weather get you down. And let us know if we can help in any way.
Thanks. You guys are the best.
Love you,
Amy Kaufeldt from Fox 35. Make sure you're watching each and every morning if you're here locally on Good Day Orlando. That's the show that Amy is part of, and they're going to bring you everything happening in the world that you need to know. But for everybody, no matter where you're listening to this show across the country, around the world, you could still go to fox35orlando.com, and most notably, their YouTube channel, because it's fantastic. I would say go over there, Fox 35 Orlando on YouTube. Follow along for all the coverage that they offer up. Amy, we'll see you next week.
Love you guys. See you
soon. Amy Kaufeldt. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into some twists in the Hulk Hogan case. So eventually, I don't know if we'll get to that in the very next segment. I do want to talk about that. We mentioned just briefly an app on the show on Friday, but then everything exploded after the show ended. A lot to get to, and only so much time on a Monday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Crews have moved that accident off to the shoulder now on I-4 eastbound approaching Maitland Boulevard. You could expect delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Traffic's piling up at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. Look out for a crash here on Cincinnati Boulevard just north of Loma Avenue, getting cleared up there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Good news, I-4 drivers. The Darrell Carter Parkway interchange is now open, bringing a new connection to I-4 and helping to ease congestion at nearby interchanges. Learn more at i4beyond.com/Darrell Carter.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances. Listen starting next Monday to win your way there.
The 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival is brought to you by Metro. With their new lower prices, the celebration starts way before the festival. Big savings so you can focus on your favorite artist, not your phone bill. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Since 2002, Precision Garage Door Service has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Noisy garage door? Get our quiet door deal where you buy a belt drive motor and get free rollers. Worried about the weather? Understood. Get a tune-up and roller replacement for your garage door today. Want to give your house a glow up? Got you covered. Get a new garage door and get 20% off. Local and reliable, Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando provides same-day service. Visit us online or call Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando today. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com. Eye Candy Energy Drink, the official drink of the summer.
Hey, you. How was your weekend, everybody? Question. Creepy allegations aside, who watched Fantastic Four at the movies at the box office this weekend? And was it good? Did you watch Fantastic Four, and was it good? It was first expected to do like $128,000 to $130,000 after like Thursday box office came in. Then they brought it down to like 125. Then they brought it down to like 122. And then I think it ended up making around $118 million. So I'm not sure if any of the Pedro Pascal stuff, which continues to unfold out there and grab attention online, creepy accusations, I'm not sure if that has any impact, but it dropped a bit. Now, I will tell you, across the board, I've heard that this is a pretty decent movie. Not the greatest, not the most amazing, but like a pretty decent Marvel movie. Vanessa Kirby was incredible. The Human Torch was cool, says Dave. Didn't see it. Dan says Fantastic Four was awesome. Best Fantastic Four so far. Do you and Courtney go to a movie every night? We watch a movie every night. Yes. We watch a movie every night. And Bring Her Back was the one this weekend that I put a stamp of approval on. It's messed up. It's weird as hell. It's uncomfortable. But as far as writing goes, and that's what I'm most focused on, I like writing. I like to write. I like to think about movies across the spectrum and how well the creation process was and what they came up with. And I think Bring Her Back, what'd I say, 92 is my Rotten, 90 is my Rotten Tomato score. But I've heard people saying Fast and the Furious is like, it's not that comic book movies are back, but it's that like, this is good. Like it was a good movie. That's what I heard. All right, we're coming back. Pay-per-view. Bring Her Back's on pay-per-view. Or the Pirate Bay.
Will is an online estate planning service. See what?
Oh no. Hang on. Copyright. 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 All right, we're coming back now.
All commercial free. High tide, low tide, no tide. Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Yacht Rock, and make it a preset now.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little asky. This is the new.
Show, man, we have a lot to dive into, including some controversies in Hulk Hogan's world, which are not related to the ones that you probably heard. And we have to get into that T-app and all of the mega drama around that, because, boy, is there a lot to discuss. So we'll get to that. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Join us with your emails or your dispatches on thenewsjunkie.com. One story that got quite a bit of attention over the weekend that I thought was interesting, sort of a tale of two stories, if you will. And I want to do this from time to time where we talk about something that popped off, everybody kind of freaked out about it, and then we talked about like what really happened, all right? Not like a fact check, but, in a way, yeah. The San Francisco Chronicle had this story this weekend that got a lot of clicks, I'll tell you, all right? And the headline for the San Francisco Chronicle is Delta co-pilot arrested at San Francisco's airport after federal agents, quote, stormed the cockpit.
Oh,
right?
Full storm the cock.
Stormed the cockpit is the phrase that they're using here. And they talked to a lady who seemed like one of these sort of ice Karen types where she's like, oh, they just stormed and they arrested this person. And maybe they were a migrant in this country. And like, they seemed really upset about what had happened on this flight. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure Delta's not hiring illegals to fly the planes. All right, I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure Delta's not hiring illegals, and that wouldn't be a reason to haul somebody off a plane. But we kind of have all these people now who, when they see somebody in public getting arrested, it's like, I will be ICE Karen. I will chime in, and I'm here to save this person. Something wrong has happened here. The story says a Delta Airlines co-pilot was reportedly arrested by federal agents. I'll give you the full story, what actually happened in a moment. But first, this perspective. Moments after Flight 2809 from Minneapolis landed at San Francisco International Airport. It was a Boeing 757 that touched down. It was 9:35 p.m. after a delayed second approach due to heavy fog. What began as a routine deplaning quickly turned chaotic, the story says, according to the eyewitnesses. Now, one of them, Sarah is her name, she says a group of people with badges and guns and different agency vests and markings, they were pushing their way up the aisle to the cockpit. All right, so these nefarious folks are headed up the aisle and into the cockpit. I'm reading here from the San Francisco Chronicle story, right? The passenger, who, of course, was seated in first class, all right? The passenger who was seated in first class watching all of this and saying, well, what are they doing? Are they hauling off somebody? What's happening here? Says she counted at least 10 law enforcement officers, including agents from Homeland Security investigations of people identifying as air marshals. They stormed the cockpit. They cuffed the co-pilot. They arrested him, walked him down the aisle, and ushered him off the plane through the cabin doors between first class and coach. A second team of agents came to get the personal belongings of this co-pilot. The lady said this was shocking and unnerving. How could this happen? This was shocking and unnerving. Adding the crew had no information for them about what had occurred. The remaining pilot told passengers he has no idea what just happened. And so they said the reason for the request has not been disclosed. But there was a lot of people saying, well, what are they? They're just hauling people off, the pilots right off the planes.
That seems like it's a hard thing to do. I mean, I guess.
Without anyone knowing what's going on?
No, I'm just saying, if you're in law enforcement, can just flashing your badge get you onto the plane?
I guess if you've got enough information beforehand, because the real story, once you actually find out what's going on, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be okay with this. Delta co-pilot arrested on flight from Minneapolis on child porn charges.
That'll do it.
The person who they busted on this flight was arrested for child pornography. That's what the content was that was leading to this arrest. They said the agents who were doing this were trying to get this person who was responsible for some treasure trove of online incredibly terrible content. And I ask you, like, hey, in some cases, wait a moment and see why the person is getting arrested. Wait a moment and see why. It's not always the big bad guy with the badge hauling off some poor person. In some cases, they're actually getting bad guys. And if you ask me, this is a bad guy.
Yeah.
All right. This seems
I
like
would agree.
A pretty bad guy to get.
You know, you're talking about the ICE thing. I saw another thread about, coincidentally, a different Delta flight. Somebody had posted their chat with Delta, which happens like on the iPhone, but it's still got the Delta thing. It's that weird like business text thing. And they were trying to get compensation for their delay for having to get a hotel room.
Yeah.
And whoever was on the other end must not have understood, like, the people thought it wasn't AI, but still somebody that doesn't kind of grasp the thing that was going on here, because they said that the plane was delayed because it needed to be de-iced, like de-icing.
Okay.
The plane was in Orlando. This weekend, like
not very cold.
Like it feels like 100. There's not a shot in hell that this plane needed de-icing, but somebody either told the agent that, and that's what they're sticking with, or it was an AI and they're doing that hallucination thing, or what is that? What they call it? Hallucinating when the AI starts just getting weird,
right?
And the comment section, because of the word ice, just started going. You know, I thought they were talking about ice, and then the bar for comedy is just the lowest of low. It's just, I mean, oh, God, really? Are we doing? That's what we're
pun crazy. Yeah. Here's inside this flight. All right, this is them rolling out, I guess, some of the equipment. There's some of the people with badges. Not a lot. Right? It was just very quick. But they were like, wow, what are they doing? They're just hauling people off of our planes. Well, there are bad guys out there. They get them every once in a while. It seems fine. It says, PF on YouTube says, that was dumb. No reason to board the plane to make the arrest.
Huh?
I'm sorry. Are you very, very worried about how they're arresting these child abusers and people who are involved in this kind of content? Distribution or even just like downloading it, or are you worried about, like, should they be a little gentler to them? Or?
Just wait, like, before they cross over TSA, like as they're parking their car for work.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to embarrass them. I would not want to embarrass them. We would not ever want that. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? With the world melting, specifically us here right now, Nintendo decides to chime in and just flip our melting world upside down.
This one was a banger.
Sydney Sweeney's new ad campaign with American Eagle saw the company add over $300 million to its market cap, and now some interneters claim they saw the company add to an alleged Nazi cap. Plus, turns out Kelly, Michelle, and Beyonce can handle this. Everyone else, however, cannot. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Peace, love, unity, respect.
I would wear my knuckles down to a nub punching people in that place.
Oh, I thought it's just because you drag them.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, Central Florida, and happy Monday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And today is a Fox 35 weather impact day because we are expecting some of the hottest temperatures of the summer so far to make their way into Central Florida. Plan for a high today in Orlando of 98 degrees. But once we factor in the humidity, it's going to feel closer to around 110, if not even higher.
Some people just know you could
Hey, folks, hold tight.
Insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for?
Did you see this email from Jack? Do we want to...
Insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey, this July, celebrate more than just fireworks. How about celebrating your health? Yeah, Life Imaging FLA. I love this company. They've helped to save the lives of many of our listeners because people have gone in to get that free heart scan. That free heart scan is super important. They'll get you in there, it take you 6 minutes, and find out how your heart is doing. I went and found out my heart is fine. I've had friends that have gone, even this week, found out they had blockage in their heart, had to go have it taken care of, and it saved their lives. Life in
Casual shadows. Yeah, right. Don't get rid of that. Come on.
Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll have the option of receiving one time
Okay, folks.
text message.
The next episode is coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Ask about the cancer screening, super important. Life Imaging FLA.
Not PC about the criminal. Why inconvenience the hundreds of people on a plane? Don't give a rat's ass about the alleged pedo. How badly was anybody inconvenienced here? It seems like they went on the flight, grabbed the guy, and then they went back on the flight and grabbed his stuff, and then everybody was on their way. It's like, you're making a mountain out of the tiniest of molehills. I don't care. I'm excited to get into this drama about the T app because, boy, is it good. There's some really juicy stuff there.
Join Jim Colbert on the Jim Colbert Show for a cigar of the week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations: Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown.
Question for you. Hang on, what's that?
This summer, let's trip to a place where history echoes through the streets, where epic beaches embrace breathtaking sunrises, and days are filled with adventures. From the historic charm of Old St. Augustine to 42 miles.
Damn it, hang on.
In Ponte Vedra and the beaches, every moment brings a perfect blend of exhilaration and rejuvenation. Start your summer getaway now at FloridasHistoricCoast.com.
talking about this kind of stuff, like the pilot being busted and stuff. I don't know if related, but the Justice Department shut down a dark web collection of sites that offer in that horrific content that had 120,000 members. 120,000 members. Okay? Hey, 120,000 members. Are we arresting all of these people? Or are we just like, we got the website down? Can we round up the 120,000 people and shoot them into the sun? Get with it, man. You need to clean your printer. Insecure walrus. You have no idea. You have no idea how difficult this battle is. I've got drum issues. I've got cartridge issues. I've got all the issues. It's not as easy as you think it is. I promise you.
Like the Dell 14 Plus featuring an Intel Core Ultra processor. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
All right, here we go. 30 seconds.
For music, an app for photos, maybe even one that helps you sleep. But only one app puts the live radio dial in your pocket and lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets. Get the free iHeartRadio app, the #1 app for radio.
We all remember that one teacher who made a difference, who believed in us, challenged us, made learning fun. Now's your chance to say thank you in a big way. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, celebrating the incredible impact of public school educators. Nominate an outstanding teacher in your life who's gone above and beyond for their students to be among the winners of $5,000 to stock their classroom. Help us say thank you to the educators shaping our future. Get all the info and nominate a teacher who goes the extra mile today at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
T-App, the app, I just barely mentioned it on Friday because it was just bubbling up as a big viral story. And then afterwards, all hell broke loose. And you got to hear what was going on in the world of this app and the fallout from it. So that's coming up in just a bit. You can join us at any time during the show, as always. Your trip into America's most viral newsroom is simply one dispatch away. Record your video or audio dispatch on the website right now. It's at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
because there's a lot on TV and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I got nipples on my T's big as the end of my thumb. I got something between my legs that'll make a dead man.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
Where's that? Oh.
Smoke weed every day.
To My Window, classic song from Melissa. The next episode brought to you by
Etheridge.
that mortgage guy Don. That mortgage guy Don.com. Spelled similarly, but he's going to make sure that you are living an easy life. You know, whether it's buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, maybe refinancing that beautiful dream home you already own. You got to work with someone who has your back, who has your best interest in mind, who's going to explain the mortgage process to you instead of shove you down a hill of confusion. And that's that mortgage guy, Don. Get the process started today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It was a mere, and I say mere, 38 years ago. 1987, this group right here.
Oh, the Beatles.
Imagine. Knows on this day that the Beatles sued Nike and Capitol Records to halt the use of this song right here, Revolution, on some shoe commercials. You know it's gonna be cease and desist. And it done ceased and desisted. I'm going to just come at this in a professional manner, bipartisan, a broadcast professional.
All right.
Over the weekend, Beyonce had her concert in Las Vegas and brought out Destiny's Child. Sean, I sent the clip to the group chat.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me grab this.
I am practicing my breathing. Kelly Rowland.
It happened in Vegas and not at your stop?
Yeah, correct. Go ahead.
It says this one first in all caps, too,
Yeah.
when I see this clip here. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. So the girls are back together for Destiny's Child.
Yeah, first time in forever.
I feel like the other ladies had some free time on their hands, if I'm honest with you. It doesn't seem like they have been doing quite as much as old Beyonce.
No, and they'll go to the show as well. It seems like everyone went to the show that I just think it's worth mentioning was added to her door after tickets were bought by a group of 8 wonderful people that I was involved in.
Did she do any of these songs at the show you went to in Atlanta, or
She
no?
did, but without Michelle or Kelly.
Oh, okay.
And Shabuzi.
Hey, they still all look great. They look fantastic.
Jay-Z and Shabuzi also made guest appearances. Beyonce
Man.
now officially a distraction.
Sounds like
from-
that's the show you should have gone to.
Yeah. No S, Warlock. Beyonce now officially part of the distraction list of the Epstein files because Trump is calling for her to be, and I quote, prosecuted.
Beyonce?
For making the supposed millions of dollars to endorse Kamala Harris.
It's so funny because
we're bringing that back. He also thinks that Oprah and Al Sharpton should be charged as well.
There's something that President Trump focuses on when he bitches about this, and I think it's so
Beyonce.
funny. It's because he's like, these endorsements are illegal. This is illegal. She should be prosecuted, and always throws in, she didn't even sing one note. She showed up to the thing.
I remember that.
She didn't perform a single song.
Correct. And sometimes people just dance along to things, and either way, it didn't really work out. No proof to it.
Was this just a little thing, like a little, hey, look, here we are, here we're doing our thing, or is this like a bigger announcement?
No announcements yet, but the rumor mill be a churning that there is going to be some sort of concert film being released.
If they
I
did
can't imagine that they're not going to.
If they did a small tour and did it as the original Destiny's Child, I bet that would sell pretty well.
I would throw up on myself. But I do share this feeling that I found on TikTok and has been shared to me plenty of times. This lovely lady kind of sums up how everyone else was feeling, especially my group that went to Atlanta. Great times.
Well, woke up to Beyonce bringing out Destiny Child. First it was Miley, now this. She needs to have a schedule. Tell us when the people coming out. Because I didn't get none of that. Bitch, we got rained on.
She's going through it this
8 a.m.
late.
and I'm crash out.
8 a.m. I'm about to crash out.
It really brought out Beyonce. I mean, Destiny Child.
That's a good point right here. Go ahead.
Go on and drop the next album, Beyonce. Go on and drop the next album, and I'm going to see you at every... I'm seeing you at every stop, because I'm not playing... No, I'm not playing...
She gonna go to all of them?
She's going to every single one. I'm not playing it again. A new bombshell.
Trying to watch Destiny's Child again, Sean?
Just one more time.
It auto. If you don't pause it, it just auto plays the next one. Yeah.
A new bombshell entered the TV ratings. This is my terrible impression of the Love Island guy.
Oh yeah.
According to Peacock, season 7 of Love Island USA. Am I doing? How do you? You
It
all
sounds
watched
similar.
it. USA. Also, poor guy. Everyone thought he was super old and fat Scottish guy.
I really thought it was him for the longest time.
He's a
I thought
young,
it was that
good-looking
guy.
comedian, but yes, he is not fat bastard. It enticed not one,
No,
not
they
two.
thought he was Alan Cumming.
Yeah. Well, which made him a lot older than he was, but yeah.
18.4 billion streaming minutes.
Damn.
For Love Island?
Mamacita.
That's
making
a lot.
it the most watched original series of television on the platform that is Peacock. For the most recently published Nielsen data, the week of June 23rd to the 29th, Love Island USA ranked as the number 2 series overall, behind only Netflix. What?
On Netflix? Oh.
It has
Squid
ink.
Game?
Squid Game is right.
Yeah, okay. All right.
According to Peacock, based on preliminary Nielsen data, Love Island USA was the number 1 streaming original title in the United States for the week of the season 7 finale. Now, those numbers may change as we move on to Hunting Wives, which we started at the Casa de Carl.
Oh, really? Somebody in chat earlier said my wife was...
What a goofy little show.
My wife did something on Hunting Wives. I think she was in
Yeah,
one of
she
the
shut
episodes.
the bedroom door and so you'd
Maybe.
wait a little bit and watch the kids. It is lesbo crazy, but some real drama in there. I'm looking forward to seeing the season finale. Sydney Sweeney is showing some finales when it comes to American Eagle stock. Hot damn! Should we have invested? Also,
Maybe.
quick question. American Eagle IPO? Is it IPO?
I don't know.
She
I don't
has
know.
credited Sydney Sweeney with propelling the company's stock to more than 15% this week.
I don't get it.
Because she was on a campaign for jeans?
Yeah. Here it is.
Their stock was $10.20. The campaign launched, I think, the next day that this was $10.20. The stock peaked at $12 before closing the entire week last week at $11.76, 15.30%.
When I look at this, I don't know if it's just me, but a woman in all jean from head to toe.
Like jean on
no.
jean?
Yeah, jean on jean on jean. There gets to a point where there's too much jean.
Genes are
and-
passed down from parents to offspring, often
Offspring.
determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney, Casper Keen.
I feel like it took her 5 seconds to record this, and they're like,
And that's
bam!
And it took the internet all of 10 seconds to accuse the campaign of being a Nazi dog whistle.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Did the Nazis use different dog whistles than regular people?
I have no idea. The latest campaign, of course, details how she has great genes, eye color, hair color, personality.
Oh.
Passing through generations.
Oh,
but they're
this is-
talking about her blue jeans.
This
guys.
is a stretch.
She talks about her
Listen,
having blue
I'm not.
eyes.
I am just talking about what went viral.
Death to the blue-eyed people.
I do
clearly.
not agree. Now, if you look through the comments of that video announcing the partnership, a ton of the top responses are bashing the actress for the ad campaign, screaming, jeans, like jeans with the G, and Nazi stuff.
Yeah,
and you're
Newsweek
a
says
fascist and blah, blah, blah.
Sydney Sweeney front ad campaign for jeans sparks debate about eugenics. If you're
Amongst
debating
whom?
about eugenics because of watching this ad that had a clever play on the fact that jeans and jeans sound the same, you are a loser.
That's a little weird.
Let's go back to the real American debate, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave you with this, and then we can think about it during the break. But the real controversy here in America, how dare you, Nintendo? C-Lane or Sean, if you can do me a quick flip. When did Mario and Princess Peach officially, were they introduced to the world? 80-something, right?
Intro. It must be. I'll get it here in a
Given
second.
all this time, which has been decades.
85.
Yeah, 1985 in the Super Mario Brothers game.
40 years ago.
That's a long time.
In fact, I think it might even be before that because wasn't there a princess in Donkey Kong that he was trying to save?
I can tell you because all I see is red. According to a recent update on the Nintendo Today app, Princess Peach and Mario are just good friends and help each other out whenever they can.
This makes Mario look like the biggest bitch. I mean, just
Not even
the
friends
most,
with benefits.
The most, he gets a kiss on the cheek and he's a friend zone bitch.
All for this, I don't want to say it, but Princess Peach, mega overrated. just mega, mega overrated.
Also, zero word why they made that announcement, given that they've presented Mario and Peach as a couple in the past.
Apparently, there's a video game where he tried to propose to Princess Peach, and she went, yeah. She like freaked out and left.
Bye.
Oh, I like that.
But yeah, I saw that this morning. I was like, they made that announcement that they're just good friends, and now that I think about it, it's like infuriating.
No, but I think
But
I
then
think
he
the whole
bangs
idea is like
or she bangs Luigi or something.
maybe they don't want people. I don't know. They used to call it shipping, or they like where you have all these characters and people are like, oh, now let's make a sexual thing out of it. Maybe they're
Or-
trying to avoid that.
Maybe they're announcing a new game where you can make them
Maybe
do over the
Super Mario Bang
over
Bros.
the overall stuff. On the Boob Tube, Bachelor in Paradise on ABC, American Ninja Warrior on NBC, the premiere of the limited series Adaptive on Peacock, Hurricane Katrina, Race Against Time on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Damn.
And Lindsay Lohan, Lilo, will be on Fallon. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram, @SabrinaAmbra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, as I said, we only mentioned this. I brought it up in passing on Friday on the show. I said, you guys, there's this T app, and it's women only. It's only for women, and it allows women to like rate guys that they've been with. And at that point, I was going, well, what could possibly go wrong here? I'm sure women will take to this and give positive reviews too. Like, there's no way, right? And shortly after the show wrapped up, it got pretty crazy. And now I hope you didn't hear me say that and then go and use the app, ladies, to go, doing some like digital exploring, because I have bad news if you did. And there's a lot of drama around all this. So we'll get to that big piece of viral news. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Storm season is here, and Florida power outages are no joke. Win a $20,000 battery backup from Solar Source. Enter now at iHeart.com/solar before the next storm hits.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
All lanes are blocked on Florida's Turnpike northbound approaching Canoe Creek Service Plaza. Keep an eye out for crews off to the shoulder, clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound approaching Maitland Boulevard. There's slowdowns on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535 you might run into, and traffic's piling up at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676.
Go, Mike. Hello, Skullback Squad. Let me remind you, if you sign up for secret shows, you can claim a gift. Now, if you want to, you can claim a random magnet, maybe one of these styles, or maybe one of these styles, whichever one you'd like. Well, I mean, you're just going to get a random one. Or, while supplies last, the No Shit Warlock pin. These are great. They're very limited. And if you're already a subscriber, have no fear. If you just click the gift icon on the newsjunkie.com, gift a subscription to Secret Shows to a random fan, and you'll be able to pick that up right afterwards. Grab it while you can, okay? So what do we think about this idea?
Yo, I'm putting you out.
What do we think about this idea? Should there be able to, in the App Store, be an app, first of all, let's start with this, for only women or only men? Is it okay for there to be an app for only one sex? Like, they do not allow women or they do not allow men. In this case, they don't allow men on the T app. Should it be allowed in the App Store for there to be apps that are only for men or only for women? Waterboy says, I did the gift tape for 5 of the pins and 1 Skin Bear sticker. Did the stickers come in yet? They come in this week, and I'll be shipping everything that's owed out this week. I'm a narc. This has been established, says Bootsy. You out there slandering the guys? Sure, why not, says Jeremy. Sure, why not, says Dan. Yes. So we're okay then with exclusive apps for men or for women, which I mean, I could see that, right? One thing that I could see is there's some apps that are already de facto like that, right? Like, what's the gay men dating app? And no, I'm not pretending like I don't know. I keep wanting to say Meat Spin, but it's not Meat Spin. What is the gay male dating app? Grindr. Grindr is essentially an all-men app that is up and available in the App Store. I would suggest OnlyFans is probably the vast majority of all users. I don't even know if they have an app. I don't know if they do. But that would be another one that would be an example of this. To have a gatekept app for just men or just women, I think that's fine. But what do we think about the ability for people, now women or men, doesn't matter. Although I did hear that they tried to do a men-only version of this and it got denied in the App Store very quickly. Like, you can't rate women, you can't do that. We'll look into that in a moment here during the segment. But should it be okay to have an app where people rate their partners or boyfriends or all of these guys on there? To me, that is ripe for absolutely terrible content. I mean, it might seem fun, but I mean, it's ripe in my mind for poisonous stuff where people are just going to go after everybody they hate. I can't see why not. Isn't there dating apps for certain people? Yeah. There's J-Date, there's Black People Meet, there's Farmers Only. Everybody's got their platform. The T-app thing, the outrage, reminds me of how searches for when is International Men's Day on Google always spike on one day of the year on International Women's Day. I mean, I fundamentally disagree if you're talking about the outrage over something like this existing. Because the potential for this is very bad. As far as I can tell, you can go onto the app and say, all right, my boyfriend's name is Charles Smith, and I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. And if you get any updates about Charles Smith, you let me know. And then if any women are like, Charles Smith in Jacksonville did XYZ, that's a more aggressive version of the Facebook drama pages where women will be like, come get your man. It just seems like it could go real bad real fast. 90 seconds left. Rating sounds bad to me. Well, you have to think of does it sound okay on both sides? Does the idea of an app T for women only where they can rate men sexually or as a partner or talk about cheaters or just rate human beings, men, right, on this app for only other women to see? Does it make sense for there to be one that's all guys doing the same thing? Rating women sexually and their performance by name, rating women based on how faithful they are in their relationships, saying all sorts of things about those women. Are you okay with that on both sides? I think both of them seem like there's an opportunity for it to be insanely poisonous. So let's talk about this and how it all works and the big drama behind it. We'll see what you think. Tommy Awesome, yeah. Basically, it was more of a hot or not, smash or pass thing Facebook used to be. All right, here we go.
.gov to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
You're listening to the News Junkie. Proceed towards your undoing.
Of any of this, buckle up. The T app, yes, I mean, it makes sense. But this exploded. It got hacked. It was a whole thing. We'll talk about this T app here in just a moment because a lot of people are discussing this today. And I mentioned it just at the end, just kind of in passing on Friday's show. Ladies, I hope you didn't go over there because I said, look, there's this app that's making the rounds. People are just starting to talk about it. It's called T. And allegedly, it's a place for women to talk about dudes, rate dudes, to talk about guys, describing
Gossip.
men as a red flag or a green flag,
and we've
sharing
talked about
info.
Stuff like this before. It has not been made into an app. It was a Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's one for each major city in the U.S. That was like, just for the ladies to talk about. Have you seen this guy? If you have any warnings, or here are the red flags that I have come to know by dating this person.
You would post a person and then say, like, is anybody else dating this same person? I feel like he's not being faithful. And they'd be like, oh my God. And everybody would kind of come together on this. I would say, you might disagree with this, it's not too far away from something like Rate My Teacher, in as much as it kind of takes an audience and allows them to rate other human beings. But this was women rating men. And you had to be a woman. You had to be a woman to use this app. Like, they straight up wouldn't let guys use the app. And we'll start there just to create a conversation here. First of all, do you think it's okay for there to be in the App Store things that are exclusive for only men or only women? Like, as in, this app is only a place where women can go and talk about X, Y, or Z, or only men can go here and talk about X, Y, or Z. That's sort of the first element here. And that seems like it's probably okay.
I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I think that if you think that you're going to put an app in the App Store and successfully restrict it to only women, you're probably a little fanciful in your idea of how things work.
They required you to take a photo, and then like a person was supposed to check that photo, and it literally said, don't worry, we delete the photo after you submit it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Bad news about that is well over 10,000 women's photos were hacked and leaked online who were using this app as somebody got a hold of it. And I say hacked, but apparently it wasn't the most secure thing ever. Here's a story that I think does a good job of telling us what this app can do that had everybody talking about it. T is the name of the app. Here's Fox Detroit.
Tonight on The Edge, we are spilling the tea on a new app aptly called Tea. It's where women only can post photos of men they're dating to summon input from other women.
All right, you guessed it. It's stirring up some major controversy. Fox News' Jessica Dupnick joins us live with the details. A piece, I should say, very appropriate for The Edge. What's going on here?
Well, we all might learn something tonight, Rick and Amy. So if you have TikTok in the last couple of days, you might have been scrolling through and seeing something about this T app. If you're like me, you're not really...
Did she say TikTok?
I'm okay. I just wanted to double check. Pretty sure she said TikTok.
If you got the TikTok, take a peek at this.
I think it's their accent.
So if you have TikTok in the last couple of days,
TikTok.
you might have been scrolling through and seen something about this T app. If you're like me, you're not really on TikTok. It's taking...
She straightened a little bit of that accent out the second go, but still like a TAWK.
20-year-old women, and it's creating kind of a frenzy. You're able to post men that you're dating to, elicit input from other women. It's got a lot of guys scared.
So not only is it like this guy's got a red flag, this guy's got a green flag. Here's what I thought about this guy. Here's how he was dating. Here's how he was, in bed or whatever you want to say on this app that was up for a little while just for women called T. But the crazy thing to me was you could sign in, and guys shaking in their boots at this feature, I'm sure. Any woman, your girlfriend, whoever, your wife, can sign in and I'm not going to use Celine as an example. I don't want to do that.
You can
so
use
let's
me.
let's say like Dave Smith, all right? Dave Smith, his wife, signs into this app and goes, if Dave Smith in Atlanta, Georgia gets any reviews, alert me immediately. And so like if your name in this city pops up, whoever wants to monitor you gets an alert, a push notification like new review coming in about Dave Smith, and now they can like track you and see what people are saying about you on this app, which is an interesting twist.
How would you characterize dating as a 22-year-old?
Honestly, it kind of sucks.
Out of that, an app was born.
That's not a real
it's
voice.
Called Tea, as in spill the tea or
Sounds like
gossip. It's got
little girl that never ages.
Uh-huh.
No, that's the one that the Masked Singer used every single time.
The T app is the name of this thing, and I think it's down now. Maybe you guys, you could check. Maybe you could see like if that's up still.
Z in a chokehold, spreading as it does on TikTok.
Mama, we made it. Look at that.
Whoever keeps posting my husband on the T app needs to stop.
Guys, I'm trending on the T app.
There's actually a waiting list to get.
This said there's a waiting list. Hang tight. We're reviewing your request. You've skipped the wait list, so you have to be approved, or you should be approved in the next few hours. Blah, blah, blah.
I wonder if you pay to skip the wait list. That would be a huge income
money
opportunity.
Maker, right? Yeah, because you want to see what's going on. What's the T on this app?
This thing.
You pass the waiting list. You have to submit a picture of your face.
All right, it says where to take a selfie or something like that. So come here to take a selfie. I can't see it because they block it off. But there's a thing where you're supposed to take a selfie to prove you're a woman.
And apps do that though. Like I know some dating apps like require you
take a picture.
To take the picture just to verify they're a real person, and then with the little disclaimer that'll never be released to anybody. Blah, blah,
On the
blah.
bottom of it though, yeah, it says, "Don't worry, we delete this after we're able to verify your gender." Right? Like so, don't worry, your photo will be safe. And I'm sure you got some of these women who are going, okay, well, nobody's going to really look at this. So you take one of those under your chin bad shots of your face and, well, nobody will see it. Now they're all out. They've leaked online.
An ID to prove that you are a girl, because no guys are allowed in the apps.
Emily, anonymous here and on the app, admittedly embarrassed, saying she's a frequent user. You can post photos of who you're dating to gauge other...
Okay, it says, read dating reviews on men, run background checks, identify potential catfish, verify. There it gets a little blurry from there. I can't see what else it does, but this is sort of like the pitch for this whole T app that caused all this drama.
It looks like what's behind the verify is some sort of map. Like
over here?
Yeah.
Verify.
Maybe where they live or...
Yeah. Or maybe like your lover is not one of these people.
And his experiences with these men. So-called...
Verify he's not a sex offender.
Oh, okay. So it was a map. Just a different map.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be verified, but I didn't realize we needed an app for that.
Check for criminal history. So I think they're going to monetize this by like having people pay for different searches like that.
Slimy.
I would guess.
Red and green flags. The reviews are rarely positive.
Yeah. Of course. By the way, of course. What woman is going to go, I'm going to fire up the T app and I've got a positive review for old Sean Wasson? No.
You're right. No woman would probably do that. There's literally only one.
No.
I will say for the are we dating whatever people know.
Are we dating the same guy?
Are we dating the same guy? That there were, not often, but there were positive reviews.
Okay.
In the sense of women that were posting to say, hey, just started talking to this guy. Anyone have any red flags? And there would be one guy who was like, yeah, you know what? It's a good friend of mine. He's really awesome.
Okay.
Or, yeah, we went on a couple dates. Didn't really mesh, but it was.
So guys were
cordial.
allowed in there then, from what you're saying.
No. This was other women commenting. on it.
Okay. Other women who were friends of the guys. Okay.
See, here's the thing. Like you asked at the top of this, should it be bad or should it be allowed for there to be an app for just women or just guys?
Mm-hmm.
I think if this app were the opposite, like just completely flip the script, it's an app that's just for guys and it's just rating women, it would be called bullying.
Now, I don't want to throw any kind of force behind this, because I did not confirm this. Maybe you can search this, C-Lane, and see if you find anything about it. I had heard that as a response to this T dating app where you rate guys and you have to be a woman, that they launched one for guys and that it was rejected. But I don't know if that's true. That may not be true. But I did hear that at some point in time. Some people are saying, like, there's nothing wrong with this just yet. I think the problem would be, like, just the idea of rating human beings in this way and, like, the atmosphere that you're going to create here.
Very Black Mirror.
It could go to a bad place very, very quickly, but let's see what else they say.
Crazy. Like, both sides of the spectrum is really dictating my dating life now.
Emily says the T app seems to be particularly popular in Middle Eastern communities, especially Dearborn.
Oh, Dearborn men, how the T app has gotten under your skin.
All these guys are talking to, they're all like getting nervous, they're all freaking out, making TikToks about it.
It offers other services like background checks.
It says protect your heart. That was one of the things that they're going with here.
Yeah,
they would have made so much money.
Protect our data.
They did not do that.
Come on.
That was a bit of a miss. Yeah.
Catfish verification.
They're trying to find some type of way to up your reputation so bad.
I can see some areas where this could cause people some big problems.
Attorney William Barnwell says it's possible men getting posted have civil legal recourse. If the posts are affecting their work, family life, or reputation, defamation might apply.
Truth is an absolute defense to a defamation claim. So you can't just sue somebody because your feelings got hurt.
On the criminal side, there could be cause for electronic harassment or even stalking.
You can be saying something that is true, but it's being used in a way to constantly harass somebody, cyber harassment. There are laws that cover that.
He suggests to the ladies, proceed with caution.
Proceed with caution indeed, because hackers
guys.
leaked 13,000 photos and IDs from the T app designed to be a women's safe space, this said. And this was all over the place. Did you find anything, C-Lane, about whether or not there was like a guy version? Because that was just like a whisper I heard.
I put T dating app for men. Or let me see. All it is stories about T and just what they've learned from downloading it, being on it.
It's interesting that they brought up the Dearborn thing, which I don't know, like why in particular Dearborn popped off. Dearborn comes up in a lot of conversations because it's got a massive exploding, I think almost, I don't know if it's majority, but like Muslim population of people who are new Americans who are creating a very fast creation of a new culture in Dearborn. And it looks like a lot of the guys were not fans of this. These Muslim dudes in Dearborn, Michigan were like, hell no.
I am an idiot. I didn't like the results for my first search, so I searched for tea alternative. So I got matcha, kombucha, various herbal infusions like chamomile, ginger, coffee, hot chocolate.
Lovely.
Son of a bitch.
Lovely. Those all sound very nice. So this is the app that is bringing up all of this trouble. There has been a data breach now. Let's see what they say. Here's an update from Fox.
An app designed to let women safely discuss men they date has been hacked. The app T said today about 72,000 images have been leaked online.
72,000, that says. NBC News says 13.
Including pictures, photo IDs of users that were submitted during account verification process. Fox 26 photojournalist Chandler Watson spoke with a tech expert about it.
Of course he did.
Yeah, let's talk tea. And no, not the refreshing summer drink. It's an app.
Oh, we're all
but
doing
at the end of the day, it's not their fault. At the end of the day is the T app was breached.
A breach exposing around 72,000 images of women.
That's crazy. This says, and I don't know what's lies and what's not. The website said at one point, join 1.6 million plus women for free. And so it was popping off because of course it was. Ladies, if I was a woman, I would have downloaded this app because I want to see what people are saying. What's the drama? What's going on? That's the whole point. But the problem with things like this is they go from 0 to 100 and 0 to really bad really fast. And then it's like, hey, some crazy person is schizo posting all over the platform, and there's a bunch of people that are being like defamed, and it just turns into like it's probably not going to be a good community overall when this is your content. But it really exploded. That'll show you right there. There's such a desire for these sexy kind of drama type apps still, even in 2025 for sure.
This app has been out since 2023.
Really? And it just now kind of caught fire?
I guess so.
That can't be the first data breach.
From what they said, it was not some secure thing. They were keeping the photos and like pictures of some of the girls' IDs and stuff. They were keeping them in like an unsecured way on this server when they told you that they were deleting them to begin with. They weren't exactly doing that. Let us know what you think. Is this okay? Is this not okay? Give us your thoughts. Tips, TIPS, @thenewsjunkie.com. Tips @thenewsjunkie.com.
This is bringing me back to years and years ago when we had the Lulu app. That was for like.
What was that?
It was a app for women, and but I think it was like less like finding your catfish, or it was like rating dudes in bed. I think.
Oh,
huh. Okay. Yeah, and then did they let that one go too? Because like having an app where you can rate people sexually seems like a bad idea. It seems like that's going to be a bad idea, and like. Specifically, like I could see a whole bunch of people going, well, don't suck in bed, bros, and this and that. But if that turns into a men's only app and guys are rating women in bed,
I think that was Pornhub, wasn't it? That was just user reviews. I'm sorry.
I think that turns into something that people very quickly will be against.
Like the Lulu app, once popular for allowing women to rate men, was acquired by a company called Badoo. BADOO. It is no longer available in its original form. It allowed female users to rate men they knew, controversial for its rating system, which included both positive and negative evaluations.
I'm telling you, it's got to be 90-10 at best, negative to positive. There's just no way that there's like people, I'm going to go on there. Or it's a bunch of dudes who get somebody to post a photo so that they can approve an account. And then they're like, man, I'll tell you what, Dave Smith really is a great guy.
Somebody said, I'm going down memory lane here, might be a little outdated. When I was in college, there was an amazing app called Lulu where you could rate guys. It could be done based on if they're cheap, good or bad in bed, funny, etc. It was designed to make online dating
funny
safer.
In bed?
No, good or bad in bed, funny,
or
etc.
There's a comma there. All right, we're going to take a quick break. I've got a bunch of clips that we have to work in today that are going to spin up some conversation, but I do want to hear what you think about that. What are your thoughts? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. Also, we'll get to this. I told you there was a spin on things in Hulk Hogan's world and some new bizarre drama there. Ooh. We'll discuss that next, all right? Because this is an interesting thing that I guess has led to a big fight with the family, and I never would have thought of this, but I want to see what you think. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
There's a look that he has that's that F-boy look, and it,
What's an F-boy?
the F stands for
F. Oh, so would Ryan be an F-boy?
No.
Oh, how about me? Am I an F-boy?
No. Yeah, the F
okay, you didn't say it so quick, Angelique. But,
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The accident blocking the ramp from State Road 520 to the Beach Line eastbound's getting cleared up. It'll be smooth sailing through that area momentarily. All lanes are still blocked on Florida's Turnpike northbound approaching Canoe Creek Road, and there's a crash getting cleared up here on State Road 436 before Colonial Drive, causing a bit of commotion. C-Trap.
Hey! Hang on, folks.
I'll tell you what, man, Solar Source helped me so much. You were stuck last year without power. Man, Solar Source has this battery backup system that is absolutely awesome. You should check it out. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters for more information. They helped me tremendously. When Hurricane Milton came, everybody in my block lost power. I was still able to broadcast live from the house because I had power. Solar Source, they've been in business for 40 years. They've served over 60,000 people right here in Central Florida. And there's some great company to work with. Solar Source.
Hello.
You have a little bit of time. You can take advantage of that tax incentive. Do it now before it's too late. And
Basically making people soup. What the hell does that mean? People soup?
Which is very close to my heart. Great people at Solar Source. It's solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
Is a big decision. The only company I recommend is Solar Source.
This summer, escape to a place where history echoes through the streets.
Okay, chat, question for you. I need your honest answer, okay? Question for you. You are now one of Hulk Hogan's children, all right? Okay? You are now one of Hulk Hogan's children. Word has it that right now the family is bickering a bit. And the bickering is, should Hulk Hogan be buried in a suit or his wrestling tights? And the family is like upset. They're arguing over, like, we can't bury Hulk Hogan in a suit. He didn't want to be in a suit. He would have wanted to be buried in his Hulk Hogan wrestling tights. And I'm trying to think about that from the perspective of being a kid of that person. Like, would I want my loved one to be buried in there? And would Hulk Hogan really want those tights on in the casket? Do both, the suit and the boots? Can I be the Hogan son that wrecked his car and made his best friend a quadriplegic? You can in this example, yes. Bury him in what he wanted. Very high chance he made that comment in passing before. You think like Hogan has had said this to the family members, like, here's how I want to be buried? I would think there's a chance you're right. Yeah, I would think there's a chance you're right about that. Have a seance and ask him? It doesn't work like that. Does it really matter? He's gone? I mean, yeah. But when you're dead, are you going to think that way? Like, let's say you die. And I say, you know what's fun? You know what we're going to do with Kevin? We're going to take Kevin and put him on a pole, like a giant human kebab. And we're going to make a massive human s'more out of Kevin. And everybody will have a couple of bites of Kevin's s'more, and then we'll go on with our day. But does it really matter? I mean, Kevin's dead, right? Two minutes, and we're coming back. Somebody saying definitely not a suit. I never saw the guy in a suit. Maybe there's something in between. Is his shirt going to be ripped or not ripped? Not ripped, brother. Tights and a torn shirt. All right, less than 2 minutes and we're coming back. About 90 seconds-ish. BDMX Con is right to point out, even in court, Hulk wanted that bandana on because he wanted to preserve his image. He wanted people to think about him in a particular way. A lot of people care about that. I don't care as much. I'm not very concerned about things like that. Although I have made decisions like that for other people. And it's a little weird, if I'm honest with you. What is this person going to be buried in? You know, you have some answers to those questions, but do they want any necklaces? Do they want jewelry? Do they want, and then you go, is that jewelry actually going to be in there? Or I'm never going to know. Is somebody going to take that? I don't know. It's a little weird. All right, we're coming back, everybody. We got jury duty before too long. Very quickly. We'll get to that.
eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place. For changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Enjoy the greatest 70s and 80s smooth soft rock all weekend. All commercial free.
Preparing you for the impending robot uprising. This is the News Junkie.
New and absolutely bizarre, but interesting Hulk Hogan family drama that they're apparently working through right now. Tips, T-I-P-S, tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Tim emails the show, and he's talking about tariffs. I brought this up earlier. I said, for all the heat that Trump got for the tariff stuff, the tariffs have actually been raising a pretty significant amount of money, billions and billions of dollars, and they think, according to a couple of different organizations, that it could bring as many as, I think it was $2 to $3 trillion over the next 10 years. I said we should use all that money, any money generated by tariffs, we should use all that money to pay down our national debt, which would make us a stronger country financially. We can get our financial house a little bit more in order, have a plan over, maybe 30, 40 years to entirely pay off our debt, and then start to think about other things we can spend our hard-earned tax dollars on. Like, can we do something where everybody gets a universal health care set up in the United States of America? Are there other things that we can do that will benefit more people and give them better outcomes and help out poor people, et cetera, et cetera? Tim says, and I said the other option was, and Trump has floated this, should everybody get a check from what we're seeing from the tariff revenues? Tim says, we don't get any of the money back from tariffs. That money and the cost is put onto the American consumer. I'm not sure if you don't know how tariffs work or if you're getting things bent in some weird way, but it's real money. Like, there are companies that have to pay this. Do those companies in most cases increase their prices and pass that along to the consumer? Probably, yeah. But the money is coming in, and the federal government now has that money. So the question is, what should happen to it? What should we do with it? It does seem to be a pretty significant source of revenue. We're talking trillions of dollars over the course of a decade. Mike says, if you think for a minute, an $850 check might not be the offset you want as opposed to having the tariff. How much do the tariffs cost the average American family a year as opposed to $850? If it's a couple of grand or more, that check is not as attractive. That would depend. You'd have to run the numbers on price increases, et cetera, et cetera. But, I think Trump was right about one thing. We had an unfair trade balance in this country, clearly. And a lot of countries were not willing to make any negotiations because the deals were pretty sweet for them. And even the EU, as of this last week, decided, well, I got to make a deal. I got to cut a deal. And the
deal's been made.
Revenues are coming in from that, I guess. And so it seems like if we're bringing in trillions of dollars, even if it does hit people in the pocketbook, it would be better for you financially in the long run if we pay down the national debt, get our financial house in order, and then who knows what we could do. I mean, we could do a lot of things with all the money that they take from our paychecks every single pay period. The question in the Hulk Hogan family right now that has caused what they suggest at some nefarious news outlets out there is a family fight.
Ooh.
Is how to bury the Hulkster.
Oh.
And apparently his family is fighting over whether Hulk Hogan should be laid to rest in a suit or the spandex and bandana that defined him.
Oh, this one's
It was just
tough.
not in his will, I imagine.
I don't know. That's what people were saying on chat. Like, he must have said something about this to a family member at some point in time.
Yeah, but then you take their word for it. So I don't know. Is this perhaps a Mo question? Years ago, I started my will and trust with Moses, and it was fantastic. It's just that Mama got a little tied up in to-dos. But is that at this point in 2025 and beyond, or do you have to get that specific?
I mean, I could
and
tell
have
you
it legally binding.
I can tell you from my experience, those questions will be asked. All right. So like somebody has to answer these questions. God forbid you ever die. I hope I'm long gone when that happens. But if that happens, Sabrina, there will be questions that somebody is asked. That's like, what does she, first of all, do we want to cremate her or does she want to be buried? Does she want to be dressed? And if so, what outfit does she want to be dressed in? Does she want jewelry or does she want to take anything with her and put it in this? Like those questions are there. So if you're not that specific in your will,
then
your
what?
family would have to figure that out, I guess.
And I don't want them to fight over it. That's the last thing that I would want my loved ones to have to deal with is arguing with each other.
Right.
So how important is every single detail? Or at that point, do you go to my ChatGPT, which I imagine many years later knows exactly what I want?
That would be helpful, actually. It's like you ask enough questions to the AI, it'll be like, well, we know.
You also
know
have to tell the AI that I've passed.
I
hate to break it to you.
I wonder if at any point in time, they'll do something like this, where they'll say, like, Sabrina can create the newest type of living will.
Where, like an online will?
Yeah, where you put in your basics, but if you want to change them or add new stuff or whatever, you can just do that in these conversations that you do with your AI, and then it keeps it all buttoned up, and any new questions that might come across, you got them answered.
The identity verification would have to be really legit, like making sure that nobody could sign in under your name and give all your money to them.
Yeah.
It would have to be, I mean, I think when you sign a will and testament with a lawyer, or at least there's got to be a notary there maybe, or maybe just a lawyer, but they probably should verify that you're of sound mind, which it can't always be done with a computer.
Right.
You know, there'd be a lot to unpack there. I mean, I think that's the direction that we could likely go in. It just seems like obvious to keep an online living will somewhere.
Right.
But
yeah, I think there's some things that try to do that. I don't know if there's anybody doing that, though, Celine. Like, I don't know. I mean, but somebody must have been thinking about this. If we're thinking about this right now, we're not coming up with anything unique, I don't think.
Just like right in my iCloud somewhere, all my declarations.
I declare.
Barbara on YouTube says it's a costume for Hulk Hogan, right? So, like, when his family is now fighting over is he going to be buried in a suit, which he hated suits, or his wrestling spandex, she says, come on, put the dude in something that he would wear when meeting God. I don't know, you know?
Well, are we burying Hulk Hogan or Terry Bollea?
What you going to do, brother?
And are they separable? Can you, like, even, because somebody pointed out when he was in court for his trial against Gawker, he had the bandana on the whole time.
Yeah, I was going to call it a do-rag, but I guess it was a bandana.
Yeah, like he had the head wrap thing on because he wanted to keep his image with the American public where it was.
Let's go how the Bible did. Remember when they were arguing over the baby?
Mm-hmm. Cut in half?
Put him half and half, like half the Terry suit or whatever, and half the Hulk attire. Someone could do it. There is a seamstress out there that could make this happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy because, for instance, I kind of mentioned this earlier, like this has happened to me times where I have to answer questions like this when I've had family members that have died. And at first I was like, I wasn't going to go down that path. I'll just tell you. So I don't know if I've talked about this before. I think I might have mentioned it here or there. But when my sister died and I had to go through the whole process by myself, I'd never done that before, even though my parents are dead. And you know, I've been through this process. It was usually somebody else making the decisions. And so they say, do you want your sister to be buried in anything particular? You know, we've got her at the funeral home now. And I said, not really. I don't really have anything, you know, I don't know what the answer to that question is. And they said, okay, that's fine if not. And I said, what happens if you don't pick something? Well, we put her in a bag and we zip her up and then we put that in the coffin. Okay. And I go, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't sit here and think for every day that I live on.
I'm surprised, and I guess this is probably vary from funeral home to funeral home. And I probably am thinking about it in a certain way because I I tried to continue watching that funeral home mortician series for a little bit yesterday. Just some crazy stuff in there. I'm surprised they didn't offer that information like, okay, well, do you want to bury it in anything specifically? And you're like, no. I go, all right, bag it up. Bag it is. Like they throw that out there so you go, let me get out the credit card.
That's not good. I don't want to think about that. And it's not for my sister. She doesn't know what's going on. It's for me. I don't want to think about that. It's like so anyhow, that comes into play. Now Hulk Hogan's family is fighting. Is it the suit that we should put him in or the wrestling spandex? Which one would he have wanted? The conversation is hitting them now, I guess, according to some of this, if you believe it. All right, quick break. When we come back, jury duty. And we've got some big updates in jury duty. I got audio for you of a man on a flight, and this guy, well, he started saying some things you do not say on a flight. What did he say? You'll hear it. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Rewards contract. It'll save the Dolphins $11 million. Sunday baseball, the Marlins' 4-game win streak ended. They were edged by the Brewers, while the Rays lost to the Reds. They get swept in that series. And soccer, Orlando City taking a break from the MLS schedule to participate in the Leagues Cup tournament. They begin group stage play on Wednesday. I'm Matt McCoy.
DraftKings is all about responsible gaming. It's more fun when it's for fun. So play responsibly. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 or older. Age and eligibility vary by jurisdiction.
Yes, it's true that most injury attorneys...
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Skull Mike Behind the Scenes on the show. We'll be back in around 3 minutes. You know what I learned? A little today I learned. Do you guys know what... the fentanyl fold is? Have you heard that before? Do you guys know what the fentanyl fold is? So you may see these videos of like Market Street in San Francisco, Kensington, I think, is the area, in Philadelphia, and you got all these streets where it's just like a drug haven because of dipshit policies that allow people to just exist as a completely drugged out person in public. We do this, and then we see these people, and they're like this, right? That's the fentanyl fold. Like, you fold it in half, and you're like this. I had never heard this before, but I thought this was pretty incredible. The fentanyl fold, the person is passed out. They are knocked out cold, when they are hanging over like that on fentanyl, like a zombie. But fentanyl causes your lower extremities, your legs right here in particular, a little bit of your thighs, but your legs and your ankles and all that, it causes them to harden up immediately. So this person has passed out, but their legs have hardened like they're some sort of plastic army man, and they're not falling over, even though they're passed out. And that's what the fentanyl fold is. And I found that interesting and incredibly disturbing at the same time. It's from xylazine. Heroin users do a similar thing. It's weird. I always just thought for some reason, maybe just being a dumbass myself, I thought that person is just they're out of it. They're over like this. But no, they are actually unconscious. They're unconscious, and it's just that their legs have solidified because of the drugs. How weird. I've seen it here locally. I mean, it's a true sign of culture rot. That we've allowed things like that to be commonplace. That we've allowed those policies to be commonplace. By the way, I hope Trump is so successful on his executive order for homelessness, which would have a revitalization of the asylums in the United States of America so that we could get violent and otherwise addicted people off of the streets to get the actual help that they need, which is the actual empathy that they should be shown. Every one of these cities can be fixed in like 6 months. You don't have to live in squalor. You don't have to live with people doing the fentanyl flop, you know? You don't have to live with people doing the fentanyl fold. You don't have to do that. Unfortunately for Trump, the Supreme Court has already ruled on putting people in these facilities without their permission. So you're going to need Congress to pass something for this. But it's a head in the right direction, I think. What do you think?
Visit everdoor.com, the garage door that lasts evermore.
Today, don't let the dark shut you out. Everdoor keeps you moving. Visit everdoor.com, the garage door that lasts evermore.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little ASCII. This is the news.
You're now in the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. Learn more about the show. Go over to the website. Where's that? It's thenewsjunkie.com. Jury duty in just a moment, including this guy who had a meltdown on a plane and how everybody responded to it. You're going to hear that just momentarily here on the show. I was talking to the Skolmike people about something I had learned over the past week or so. And I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but you always see those videos where people go through tours of the bad drug downtown areas. And
yeah, I used to see him a lot on like late night HBO, like after Real Sex or something. There would
everyone's
be
like zombied out.
Yeah,
yes, yeah. Like there's a big. I think Kensington Street is one of the big ones in Philadelphia that they go down a lot, and everybody's all fentanyled out. They're all like zomboed out
and
on the
just their
streets.
legs are working because the rest of their body is so keeled over that I don't know how they're still upright. It's
That's
actually
what I was
quite
talking about.
impressive. That
it's called. You can look this up. It's true. I didn't know this, but it's called the fentanyl fold.
Yeah, but you're seeing that with heroin as well, right?
I guess it happens with different drugs, but I don't think it happens to the level that it does with fentanyl for whatever reason. Because when you see somebody like that, they're unconscious.
But
they're
unconscious, still upright.
But their legs have swollen hard and their feet have swollen hard, and so they get locked in place and they don't fall over. That's what they call the fentanyl fold.
That takes some sort of balance, considering there's one half that's leaning over to one side, but they still stand up straight.
Your feet are locked in because of the swelling from the drugs. Like the drugs.
They become like that tumbler that they had on the morning show that wasn't supposed to be able to knock down.
So you're saying Kathy Griffin should be just sent to the streets, knocking everyone over?
I had never heard that before. I just assumed they were kind of like out of it and they were just like dangling. But no, they're unconscious. They're like zomboed out and their legs are rock solid so they don't fall over.
I didn't tell you guys this. It was after the show sometime last week, driving to pick up the baby. And I was headed down a pretty popular road, but not like the main thoroughfare where you think that you would find something like this.
The soccer game fans yell?
No, not OBT.
I was dancing around that.
This was like a neighborhood area. Right. And I swear there was like a zonked out hooker walking around, and it was completely out of place, and so much so that like she was in like a small like mini skirt or something like that, and her face just looked like all sorts of faces of meth.
Yeah.
And like there was a fire truck that had slowed down and was trying to talk to her and be like, "Are you all right?" But I was like, this is so weird to see here. Like here is not the place that you would typically find this. How did this even happen? Like it was so weird.
How much
Her
that
legs
stuff
kept moving.
Fentanyl in particular, that's how much it's spread across this country of ours. And there are places where they think they're doing the right thing. They think they're operating from a humane and empathic and empathetic place. And they're like, we'll just allow this. And then you end up with these streets full of zombied out people. And that's no way for anybody, even my worst enemy, to live their life. And I had not known that's what that was called. The fentanyl fold is what it is, if you want to take a look. Don't get into one ever, please. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty, brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. A man on an airplane freaking out a little bit, you might say. This guy was on an EasyJet flight. All right, this was going from London's Luton Airport to Glasgow, Scotland. And he said, "Stop the plane!"
Oh.
Which, that's kind of alarming in and of itself. You
We
don't want people saying
mid-air?
that.
Still on the tarmac, I'm sorry.
We're midair. We're on the flight. And then he starts saying he has a bomb, death to America, various other things. Here's how it went down on the flight. Note everybody's reactions that you'll hear. And if you're watching, you'll see some of this too.
Going to bomb the plane. Death to America, death to Trump. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Somebody's videotaping him.
Allahu Akbar.
All right, now somebody's doing the whole like, let's
get
roll.
him. Oh, that one. Sorry.
Here we go. Somebody's standing up and they're going back to this guy. Watch. I don't know how to say this. I have changed my mind on the level of fear I would have in this situation. Look how easy it is to take down the guy. All right. Somebody's finally stood up and they're like, man, this is bad. This guy's saying he's going to blow up the plane and whatnot. I've got to intervene physically. And one would think, all right, here we go. We're going to fight it out. Or like, I'm going to get into it and grapple with him. The interaction, like, this is so easy. This is the easiest thing in the world. All right.
Going to bomb the plane. Death to America, death to Trump. Allahu Akbar.
That means God is great.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
There he goes. Ready?
My God.
I mean, that wasn't very hard. Okay, he just like fell down.
My gosh,
the
he
ground.
didn't even throw a
It
punch.
sounds like he was halfway in his speech. He actually just focused more on what he was going to say versus the do.
He was like, I don't have a fighting plan here.
Okay,
so the
but
guy.
is this the air marshal or just the?
I think it's just
civilian?
a person. I don't know, but I think it might just be a person. Now, my favorite part is the guy after the crazed person is subdued, who now comes up and tries to be the badass after the fact. So here he goes, right?
Allahu Akbar.
All right, he gets him, pulls him down.
My God.
My God.
Sit down. Don't move.
That guy, don't move.
That's
don't
right.
move.
Now that someone else has got you restrained.
Now that you didn't
Stay.
do anything, you weren't the first person to do it. That guy goes, don't move. You're gonna stay right there. He's got it under control.
My God. Sit down. Don't move.
Sit down. Don't move.
That's right.
And then you could tell your friends, like, I stopped a crazy person.
Oh,
I was
no.
like, there was this guy said he was going to blow up the plane, and I was like, let's roll. Here we go. Wasn't even hard for him. That guy's in some trouble. He remains in custody, according to police. Very alarming for him to be saying those things. But then again, he's from Scotland. So are we really surprised, Scottish friends? Just wanted to
After
fire
all
a
these
shot at
years
you.
of being after their Lucky Charms.
I didn't really want to hurt their feelings, but I've never lobbed a bomb at the Scottish. So there you go. They'll probably be more hurt by the Lucky Charms thing, if I'm honest. I think there might be some cross wires there, but here we go.
Sorry.
Walmart in Michigan. Did you guys see this story?
some guy now identified as, I'll say his name once. But
I just saw his mugshot. It's that hair, buddy. That hair is a super red flag.
Really? Bradford Gill is the guy's name, who walked into this Walmart, and I guess this guy had a long history of psychiatric issues, and he walked in here. Here's the photo of him. Wait, hold on. I don't know if that's right. The one on the right, this one is right for sure. I don't know about these other ones here.
Okay.
But he walked into this Walmart, and he had some prior incidents and issues with drug use, et cetera, and he just started stabbing people at the Walmart. And he ended up stabbing 11 shoppers before some dude with a gun, good guy with a gun, how about that? The sheriff called him out, some good guy with a gun. Whose name?
With a little gun.
What is it? I think I have his name on here somewhere. Who stood up and said enough's enough and pointed his gun at this guy until the cops came over and arrested him.
Don't move.
But, they said 11 people were wounded, some in serious condition, but it looks like they're all going to survive this, even though 11 people were stabbed in a Walmart by this nut job.
Do you think, if you're the good guy with a gun at the Walmart and you've now pointed your gun at the stabby person, you've decided not to kill him, if you're waiting for the cops.
Very nice.
You need to restrain him some way. So you just like somebody give me the zip ties from aisle 6. Zip ties from aisle 6, please.
All right, I want to save this Cincinnati attack story that has a lot of people talking. We'll get to that in the final hour of the show. Quick movie news, real quick, all right, on the tail end of jury duty here. One is they've announced that Coyote versus Acme is revived from the dead.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, it's going to be in theaters next year. They've released some of the promo photos.
Poor Batgirl.
I mean, it's something. It's you could see they got Wile E. Coyote in the car with them. Foghorn Leghorn, I guess, is that? And he's with
this looks
John
weird,
Cena.
Sean.
I'm just telling you what I got here. This is Wile E. Coyote. Here.
I like it.
It says new images
like
from.
It, but it does not look like it looks like someone copy and pasted right into a.
You may have just learned why they canceled it in the first place. But this is Coyote versus Acme, but it has been saved, and it's going to be in theaters next year, along with. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but did you see the Stephen King movie that's coming out?
Oh no! No, I can't remember the name.
No,
it's like
idea.
Something like 100 or 1,000 guys are walking down a road.
One gorilla.
If they stop walking, they die.
Oh.
And they're all like walking down the road, and there's stuff that's happening in front of them. The long walk, yeah. That one's coming out, I think, next year too, I believe, which looks pretty good. Stephen King. Some of his short stories, like The Monkey and stuff, are his best work, in my opinion.
Wasn't Shawshank one of his short stories?
It might have been. I don't know. Great movie.
It was a very long movie.
All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get into this attack in Cincinnati. I got a bunch of clips that I want to play before that, so we'll go grab bag segment. I want to see what your reaction is to a few of these. One, we'll start out with is President Trump saying something not too long ago that's got people talking. We'll get to it all. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 #1 on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The right lane's blocked on Florida's Turnpike northbound approaching Canoe Creek Road. The left lane's getting by now. There's a crash on the ramp from I-4 eastbound to Amelia Street getting cleared up. The on-ramp from the instant oil change traffic.
Hey!
66676.
Cutie, how you doing?
From the traffic center of James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless.
You said big updates. There were no big updates, you freaking teased. I gave you some stuff. It was because the first segment of the hour was a big, fat, long mega seg. We had to do a shorter last segment. Same thing's going to be true for the next segment. Shawshank Redemption was based on a short story. It was called Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. As in the lady who gave good face? The Long Walk was one of the Bachman books written under a pseudonym. I watched the trailer. It seemed kind of interesting. It's like this young group of guys, and they're just walking down the middle of a road. Not a lot of details about it. There's some army dudes with guns. So I don't even know if the story is about like their bodies are the bus from the movie Speed, and if their bodies don't go 3 miles an hour, which is I think what they're supposed to go, then they blow up. Or if it's just like a military thing where they're like, hey, we want the best of the best, everybody else will kill, and the people who make it the furthest will keep for the army. I don't know. The Long Walk, let me look it up. Okay, The Long Walk, 1979 novel by Stephen King. Hey. All right. As a chatter suggested, done by the pseudonym Richard Bachman, set in a dystopian alternative version of the United States, ruled by a totalitarian regime, the plot follows the contestants of a grueling, of a grueling annual walking contest. While not the first of King's novels to be published, The Long Walk was the first novel he wrote, having started in 1966 and 1967 during his freshman year at the University of Maine. Some 8 years before his first published novel, Carrie, was released in 1974. Dude, Stephen King, he's a freshman in school, and the guy is still like kicking out quality content. That's a good writer right there. Politically, he's kind of retarded on some stuff, but that's a good writer right there. I'm a big fan of like, hey, if you don't agree with people, don't say they're not good at something just because you don't like their politics. Like, you know, you might not like Kid Rock, but to say he's not a good DJ is wrong, right? You might not like Dean Cain because of his politics, but you know, he's not as good of an example. But Stephen King, love him or hate him, is a good writer. Very interesting brain. Politically, Stephen King's a jerk. I just fundamentally disagree with him on like 1,000 issues. But to take those things and go like, actually, you're a shitty writer is lame. It's lame. Don't do it. Same with Kanye? Yeah. I mean, Kanye, All of the Lights, Blood on the Leaves, these are banger fucking songs. I would like if he stopped with the other stuff, if maybe he stopped being less anti-Semitic.
Do you have AC needs?
That would be nice.
Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Radio.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This
Liver on the big updates in jury duty. Okay. There's stuff. We'll get to it before the end of the show here today. Power Hour has arrived. We'll get to a bunch of things, including in the Power Hour on the show. We'll get to your feedback, your dispatches, your emails.
One of these days we should Power Hour during the Power Hour.
We could do that.
Have you guys Powered Hour before?
I don't think I ever actually have.
Someone gave me a DVD. I mean, it must have been when I was 17, 18 years old, where every single minute it would play this weird grainy clip, and you take a shot of beer.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. Like, that was the party item we brought during any sort of pregame, and everyone was hammered.
Stupid question. How many beers is that in an hour?
I think you end up drinking like 4 beers in an hour.
Yeah. If you're doing since you know you're about to do 60 of these, you do a 1 ounce shot, 60 ounces of beer, 12, 24, that's 5 beers.
Okay. So 5 beers instead of 4 beers. That's
5 beers in an hour is quite a bit.
In 1 hour, it's you're going to get buzzed without a doubt.
Yeah,
not
there's
drunk.
Yeah, it'll probably feel fun.
So you're saying we should do it with liquor?
No.
Okay.
No, that's a dastardly idea right there. It was, I know I won't be able to get through that hour. The last segment, which is I'll be doing the fentanyl legs. I'll be fully locked
That's
up.
the thing. Like, someone who drinks so much and they have that same lean. But their legs do not hold up like fentanyl legs do.
No,
they often just get they fall on their face.
You'll turn into that phenomenon that we were talking about last week with the Murdoch kid, where he turned into it, like they had a name for him, like Timmy or something, when he was drunk. His fingers were all like weird.
Alter ego. All right, couple of things. Let's start with this grab bag segment here. First, Trump still getting questions about the Epstein stuff, so this week is no different than last on that, but let's follow along. Let's see what happened.
You have not been briefed on the Epstein files, or your name has not appeared in the Epstein files. But doesn't the AG have to tell you,
Attorney General,
if your name is in the files?
I haven't been overly interested in it. It's a hoax that's been built up way beyond proportion. I can say this: those files were run by the worst scum on earth.
Damn.
They were run by Comey. They were run by Garland. They were run by Biden and all of the people that actually ran the government, including the auto pen. Those files were run for 4 years by those people. If they had anything, I assume they would have released it. The whole thing is a hoax.
So he's saying the whole thing's a hoax now.
Like
Again,
the entire thing.
That's what his suggestion is. And a lot of his supporters are not on the same page here. I've seen a lot of people who I know who voted for Trump who are like, whoa, hang on. I thought we were against this. Like, I thought we wanted to get these people. These are the worst of the worst out there. Why aren't people going to jail?
But he's not saying like the case of Jeffrey Epstein is a hoax.
He's saying all of the things like the Epstein list and like the idea that there's something to release is a hoax. But I have to tell you, when I think about the people who were perpetuating those notions, it is many people who are in Trump's cabinet right now who like had binders and stuff, and they were going, hey, we're going to release all this information. We're going to get like all your political enemies. We're going to send them to jail. So those are the people who I heard most recently pushing this. Honest to God, I didn't hear Biden's administration talking about the Epstein stuff all that much.
Because they're all on it. Because they're
no,
it's a hoax,
going
but
into the forest.
If it wasn't a hoax, their names are on it.
And that was kind of the theory, right? Like they're not doing anything. They're engaging in inaction because they're wrapped up in this whole thing.
They ran the files.
Same theory, different side.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Now it's all.
I was running against somebody that ran the files. If they had something, they would have released. Now, they can easily put something in the files that's a phony. Like, as an example, Christopher Steele, a person you know well, happens to be from your country. But Christopher Steele, as an example.
He's talking about the Steele dossier, which is this thing that was whipped up by a group attached to the Hillary Clinton campaign, which had a whole bunch of information about like the P tapes and all those things that Trump has been talking about.
Wrote a book, a dossier. We call it the fake news dossier. And the whole thing was a fake. The whole thing was a fake.
Whole thing.
They can put things in the file that are fake. But those files were run by bad, sick people. If they had anything, why didn't they use it when I was killing Joe and that he gave out because he was 25 points down?
Oh, my God.
And then I got somebody new. Nobody even knew anything about it. She was a horrible vice president. She was our border czar, but she never went to the border. She never once called a border patrol agent to find out how we do it.
I don't know who clipped this. I wanted the chunk about, they asked him about Epstein, and now I really want to hear if the quote is accurate. because I guess like they said, well, what about Epstein? He says, I never went to the island. I never had the privilege of going to his island.
Oh, no.
You probably don't want to say that. Let me see. Is this a question?
You're killing somebody, you're beating him, and then they say, all right, we'll take him out. He's not working. Let's put somebody else. And then she had a 6-week predicted. But think of it. Those files were run by these people. They were run by my enemy.
America,
for the
huh?
election. You think it was fraudulent? I don't do drawings. Sometimes people say, would you draw a building?
He's talking about the thing that they said he drew, and
It
he's
sounded like he
I
said
don't do
drugs.
Oh,
not
that's
drawings.
I thought he for sure said I don't do drugs. Which
He
I
said
don't
I don't
think he
do
does.
drawings. Let's see. I want to hear him talk about this.
Stuff. My poll numbers have gone up 4.5 points because people don't buy it. Okay, people don't buy it. And he's gone, and we want to focus on trade deals. I want to focus on the deal we just made.
He doesn't want to talk about this.
European Union, which is the biggest trade deal in history. It's the biggest deal, I think, in history, not just trade deal. So if they would have had something, they would have used it.
People keep rank stairs at the time you threw him out of Mar-a-Lago. Can you settle that? What was it about? What caused the...
Okay, yeah, I'd heard this too. They're saying to Trump, did you ban him and throw him out of Mar-a-Lago, talking about Epstein?
That's such old history. Very easy to explain, but I don't want to waste your time. But for years, I wouldn't talk to Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh.
I wouldn't talk because he did something that was inappropriate. He hired help. And I said, don't ever do that again. He stole people that worked for me. I said, don't ever do that again. He did it again.
That's a bridge too
and
far.
I threw him out of the place, persona non grata. I threw him out, and that was it. I'm glad I did, if you want to know the truth.
Okay, Celia, can you play that? I want you to see if this is it.
And by the way, I never went to the island.
Oh, here it is. This is it.
And Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times. I never went to the island, but Larry Summers, I hear, went there. He was the head of Harvard. And many other people that are very big people. Nobody ever talks about them.
Okay.
I never had the privilege of going to his island. And I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island.
I said I did turn it down, but I never had the privilege of going to his island.
Privilege is probably not the best word to use.
That's a weird way to phrase it, considering Epstein.
Secondly, and tell me, I'm probably misinterpreting this. When he says, like, Bill Clinton went 28 times, is that information that would be found on the hoax that is the Epstein list?
Let's see. Did Bill Clinton go to Epstein Island?
But 28 times, I feel like, is a very specific number.
Damn it. This is why people hate search now, and I'm with them, because all this is bringing up is this exact story. So
Try Bing.com.
I'm going to go to ChatGPT, and I'm going to ask ChatGPT here. Did Bill Clinton go to Epstein Island? We'll see what the response is. And I got a couple other things to get into here. There's no confirmed evidence that Bill Clinton ever visited Jeffrey Epstein's private island, Little St. James. What? He did fly on Epstein's private jet several times, 26 trips, primarily related to the Clinton Foundation travel in the early 2000s, including tours in Africa, Asia, and Europe. However, no flight log places him near Little St. James.
Public knowledge.
Yeah, this is according to, I guess, like whatever documents have been released in this case.
There were some written flight logs that had like him and Secret Service members because they had to travel with him, something like that.
And Bob from Full House.
Saget.
No, he wasn't.
Bob
on
Saget.
him.
No, I heard Bob Saget. See, Lana.
Okay, but if Trump's saying stuff like this, like, and it is not the island in which some egregious, horrible things happen that involved underage girls, and Trump's saying that about Bill Clinton, are we now like going into this zone of defamation again, or
could be? Yeah, could be.
How's that French president against?
I didn't hear.
Thing going.
Celia, do you have that clip? Do you have the one that you were just played?
Yeah.
Okay, play that. Let's see what he said. Let's see if there would be anything defamatory in there.
I never went to the island, and Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times. I never went to the island, but Larry Summers, I hear, went there. He was the head of Harvard. And many other people that are very big people. Nobody.
So he said supposedly, but he did say to the island, which you probably would have some sort of case there if more people were willing to do this, which, again, I would like everybody to think twice before they start lobbing out accusations like that, personally, myself. Okay, what else do we have here to get all caught up with? Oh, by the way, here's the guy that ended up stopping the violence at the Walmart with the stabbing. Derek Perry.
Good for
he
you,
is the
Derek.
hero from the stabbing at Walmart. He took his gun out and risked his own life to save many lives.
$20 gift card to Walmart for Derek Perry there.
Congrats. This is the bad guy here, and this is Derek Perry with his gun out, holding this guy down after stabbing 11 people at that Walmart.
Is he
this
holding it
weekend.
sideways?
He is. Don't move.
He's also got his, underhand
It
to
worked.
ensure that everyone knows that he's got some sort of base.
So good move on his
Physically.
part.
I don't know
I
how
appreciate
guns
it. All right. Another thing I wanted to bring up. God, we have so many things to work in before the end of the show, but let's try to do that at least. One thing is Wizard of Oz is headed for the Sphere screen.
Yeah.
It's happening. They're having trouble in Las Vegas getting asses and seats at places. The Sphere is one of the one places that has like a little bit of buzz to it.
I remember hearing about this, but I'm curious why it's making news again. Because I did see the headlines.
They're talking about how they did it, which I find to be interesting.
I thought you had it
saying-
during the next episode once.
I did, but it was
Yeah.
like a while back when they first announced it. I don't remember dates being released, so maybe that's why. And all I've seen of the Sphere up until this past weekend was that Backstreet Boys are killing it.
Well, the reason it's out now is because it was on CBS Sunday Morning this weekend, and they said the way that they got it on that big screen in the Sphere is from AI. So they used AI to make the Wizard of Oz something they could put on that screen.
Somebody's
and
going to complain
broadcast.
about this.
Yeah, probably, right? Like, oh, you're like bastardizing the movie. So
Well,
I think
the Wizard of Oz,
What other choice do you have?
you don't have a choice. The Wizard of Oz was probably shot on, 70 millimeter? Something like that. I don't know what the standard was back then.
It's old.
But to have it on a screen as big as the Sphere and not look weird, one would think you'd have to digitally
enhance it somehow.
like fill in the blanks there, right?
They did the same thing with the Matrix over at the Sphere, unless that
Yeah.
was also AI. But they played the movie in one giant screen, but everything else that was around it to make it the Sphere experience has to be AI.
Ooh, they should call it the experience.
This is super resolution, I guess. Let's listen to it.
It's called outpainting, though it seems like magic. We see the rest of the Scarecrow, the Yellow Brick Road.
Oh, that's crazy. So it was like framed in on just Dorothy's face.
That's like it's like Adobe Photoshop now has like generate more background or something.
Yeah.
It just makes more.
So it makes the whole thing.
Mountains of Oz.
This is the original movie, and you can see the camera panning back and forth. And then when we get to Uncle Henry's performance, you can see how we create all the variations here.
Ben Grossman
make it
is
mega
the visual
widescreen.
effects supervisor.
Oh no, that's cool. No, do you see what they did?
They stretched it out.
Well, it's like because the camera panned back and forth, it just kept the background, right? So it generated based on what it saw, and then just left that stuff there.
So
That's really cool.
So the camera starts by panning and showing a person in one half of the room, and then they pan away from them, and the AI keeps that person in that corner of the room.
That's kind of cool.
Moving around and
it's very cool.
interacting.
But also, does that mean that you're still just the movie's still so small? Like you would think in the Sphere experience that they would.
No,
wanna
they're blowing
stretch
it up.
out.
It's getting blown.
So it's
blown
just
right
like
up.
we're in the room right now, is what they're saying.
Yeah, they have really done a lot to make this, I guess, much more impressive on that screen. Let's see what else they sent
here.
Ben Grossman is the visual effects supervisor.
In the original, nobody saw him walk over. Nobody saw him walk over.
But on a screen this wide, Dorothy's Uncle Henry needed to stay in the picture. So AI created a brand new performance out of actor Charlie Grapewine.
So you can see that Uncle Henry's walking over and rejoining the original cinematography. Those are performances that were prompted based on the context of the script and what the director has done and what their
That's
performance.
pretty crazy that they're able to do that.
And not too much AI. It still took a lot of humans with significant knowledge in that technology to make it work.
Well, not to mention took a human who was already there in the room, and all they did was fill in some of the blanks, kind of.
No, she's saying it took a bunch of actual people to operate the AI.
That too.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they didn't just like generate a new thing that wasn't even present. And then, yes, it took some artistry, I guess I would argue, to be able to do this. It just didn't churn it up on its own.
I'm glad we can appreciate it right here, right now, because everyone else that is just tripping balls as they're watching The Wizard of Oz in the Sphere on acid won't really click for that.
It was a 2,000-person team that worked on creating this. Elder of Rock says, what are the ticket prices on YouTube? Oh, I don't know. The Sphere, the Wizard of Oz. Oz tickets. It's got to be expensive, but it's certainly cool looking. Starting at $104. This is according to Ticketmaster.
That seems steep to watch a movie that
mind you.
Yeah.
You will also. I had a friend, and nothing against the Sphere, but you have to be very aware of what tickets you're buying, because there was a friend of mine who saw it, good deal, drunk bought, went to the Sphere, and they were crappy seats. And I thought there was no crappy seats there, but apparently there are some crappy seats.
What did they go to see?
Grateful Dead.
Okay. It depends on what experience you want.
It was a weird that they weren't in the Sphere part enough. I'll have to ask again, but I do know it's a thing.
It almost seems like the better tickets in the Sphere, depending on your preference, might be farther from the band because you want to experience the whole visual thing there. So if you're front row for the band, it's going to be like front row at a movie theater. You're just going to be your head's up the whole time.
Yeah, they have tickets that are $349 to see this, but it says, I don't know what this means. It says The Bad Witch. Oh, hang on. I've made it. Hang on. Let me zoom in. The Bad Witch Ultimate VIP Experience. So there's something that comes along with this to make it more expensive, but pretty expensive to watch a movie, although it's a damn cool way to watch a movie like that.
Yeah.
Take it off. All right, let us know if you would check that out or what movie you would love to see done like that. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, when we come back, it's time to get your feedback in on the show. It's been too long. We'll see what you have to say about all the things we've been talking about today. We'll get to your emails, and we'll hit on this Cincinnati attack story that's making a lot of headlines out there. What's going on? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The right lane's blocked on Florida's Turnpike northbound approaching Canoe Creek Road. It's going to be your typical delays on I-4, plus there's a couple accidents to keep an eye out for. The off-ramp's partially blocked from I-4 eastbound to Amelia Street. The shoulder's blocked on I-4 eastbound near State Road 434. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Everdore Garage Door. Squeaks, jerks, and rattles? Your garage door's crying for Everdore. For just $49, they'll tune up and shut down the noise. Trust Everdore for smooth service. Book at everdore.com. Everdore, the garage door that lasts evermore.
Well, this is exciting. Did you know that mortgage guy Don offers HELOCs? That's right, home equity lines of credit. It's a way to unlock your equity while keeping your super low 2%, 3%, or 4% rate intact on the first mortgage. Get cash out for home improvements, debt consolidation, weddings, back taxes, and very ice-cold cooling fan. Or sweat rags. Either way, unlike the corner banks, that mortgage guy Don has HELOC options as low as a 640 credit score. So get a quote today with no hard credit inquiry and work with an expert and a friend that you could trust. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances. Listen, starting next Monday, to win your way there.
The 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival is brought to you by Metro. With their new lower prices, the celebration starts way before the festival. Big savings so you can focus on your favorite favorite artist, not your phone bill. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Okay, Floridians, this is your last chance to save 30% on solar. Federal solar tax credits are in jeopardy. So if you've been thinking about going solar, now is the time to act, and Solar Source is the company to use. So if you've been on the fence, there's no more time to wait. Go to solarsource.com, get your estimate, and get your order in before August 31st to claim your 2025 tax credit. Slash your energy bills, beat rising utility rates, boost your home's value instantly. Go to solarsource.com and tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Call Nickley. Carl Black GMC wants to send you and a friend to Nashville to see the original hillbilly rock star, Dwight Yoakam, on Tuesday, September 9th. Log on to carlblack.com/trip for your chance to win 2 lawn seats to see Dwight Yoakam at Ascend Amphitheater. In your pocket. Log on to carlblack.com/trip for your chance to grab a pair of lawn seat tickets to see Dwight Yoakam in Nashville. Plus spending cash, round-trip airfare, and deluxe hotel accommodation. Carl Black Chevy Buick GMC Orlando, 11500 East Colonial Drive, and online at carlblackorlando.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
Orlando's premier comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Craig Robinson, July 31st through August 3rd. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. And we'll see you at the show.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000, 407-213-0000.
Folks, we're coming back in 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. We're going to get to the Cincinnati attack that's gone viral. And maybe the most not safe for work thing that's ever happened during a baseball game. Should I actually play this on the stream, though? I don't know if I can. Should I?
To the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Check out Behind the Flow, a podcast documentary series following the launch of San Diego Football Club.
San Diego coming to MLS is going to be a game changer because this region has been hungry for a men's professional soccer team.
We need to embrace this community.
Listen to San Diego FC Behind the Flow on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Behind the Flow and start listening.
Your direct line to the heroes that saved Canada that one time.
We've got to address the things that you are willing to do in public. We have to address this, and we will. And we're going to do that in a moment. You can also join us on the show. Send us your dispatches. We got those queued up and ready over at thenewsjunkie.com, video and audio dispatches, or tips at thenewsjunkie.com. But one would think after the Coldplay Jumbotron story went mega viral, people would be behaving and would be on their best behavior, in fact.
Why, Sean?
At a lot of these events, I would think that they would have it together. They wouldn't want to be making a scene in public. And I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. I can only tell you that it's a video that's going viral. And there is a couple in the stands at a baseball game. Are you guys aware of this yet or no? You'll find out here.
It's America's pastime. I've definitely heard of it.
Yeah.
Is that the game with the wood stick? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is. Is that one. And sometimes it's not as exciting as others. So this was what happened in the stands. All right. By the way, that's the viral thing right now. You have this audio that says, nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And they play it over people doing stuff like this. So just kind of watch what's happening here, all right? She's moving around very suspiciously. I put this up on See It Now.
What? What's happening?
She getting the digits?
That's what the suggestion is.
Is his hand there?
I don't see it, but again...
I mean,
maybe she has like a medical issue or something. I feel like everybody could be rushing to judgment here.
Or one of those Bluetooth things.
Or it's one of those sort of, like I'll hit the button and you try not to react. Something is going on here. All right? Something is happening here. And this is
maybe she has to go to the bathroom and is waiting until the in between innings.
She should go. She should get out. It just looks like something is going on.
I feel uncomfortable. Do you guys?
It's very weird. And somebody's just filming them, right? Like somebody's a couple rows back. Like,
the guy who is in the corner there with his knees is not completely still.
No,
What's
I
he
mean,
doing?
I don't know what's happening. This could be a completely innocent thing, but they're suggesting that there's something else going on here.
What would be the innocent thing?
I don't. She's moving around very strangely.
She has a wedgie.
Something is going on. It might be a wedgie, and she can't pull it out of the area.
That would take standing up and pulling your underwear where it needs to be pulled to go back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, the adjustment, the equivalent of adjusting your berries.
Right.
Or, I don't know, but it's very strange this person's filming it. And
she's having a seizure, says somebody.
From the waist down?
Beha says she absolutely has one of those things. Something is going on here. Something is happening. We can't be doing all this stuff in public.
Yeah,
for
but I
God's
feel like
sake.
if you have one of those Bluetooth dealios,
They seem fun, by the way.
Yeah, but you should be able to do that at a baseball game and not move around like that.
Well, unless it's doing a real good job. If it's what do you mean? Like if this thing is successfully trying to get you to that place, then that's what it should be doing, right?
I guess.
Or it's placed in the wrong place and they're, trying to adjust themselves accordingly.
All I could say is it's up on See It Now.
Well, come on, Internet. Give us her first and last name and where she works so we can ask.
There's no way. Like, they must have found out, like, this couple's not actually together, and here's the whole backstory on these two. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. As we go over to Cincinnati, Ohio, where a viral attack is getting a lot of attention. The police are talking about this. The media is talking about this. There was an attack that appeared to be in downtown on a place called 4th Street. Here's WLWT talking about this attack that is going viral from Cincinnati.
New on WLWT, viral video shows a fight break out in the middle of the street in downtown Cincinnati.
She said it way different than you.
She said, it's WLWT, I believe. She said it very quickly,
In a cool
I think.
New on WLWT, viral video shows a fight break out in the middle of the street in downtown Cincinnati. And police chief, state leaders now releasing harsh words for those involved, including the ones who recorded the video instead of jumping in to help or even dialing 911. News 5's Sean McKinnon joining us live outside District 1 headquarters with what we know about the investigation into that video, Sean.
Probably, let's see.
Yeah, council member.
Well done, T-Lane. Also, extra points. Didn't even spell McKinnon as one would usually see it.
McKinnon, this guy, is going to tell us what happened with this fight. But a lot of people are reacting to this. The story I see from WKRC says the videos show a white man and a white woman being attacked by several black men and women. At one point, the man is knocked to the ground and several people began stomping him. A short time later, the woman is punched in the face by a man in a white T-shirt. Viewer discretion is advised.
Jeffrey said this fight happened at 3 a.m. today. We've got new video tonight as police piece together exactly how and why this started, and state lawmakers take notice. A massive fight between more than a dozen people in the middle of the street. At 4th and Elm, just a block uphill from Paycor Stadium. Videos posted online show punches and kicks being thrown, continuing after a man is knocked to the ground. Jesus. As the fight goes on, videos show a man punching a woman, knocking her unconscious. Chief Teresa Thigi called it a sudden dispute between individuals following a verbal altercation.
Yeah, I have like no idea what led us to this moment, but
also
they're in the streets of this downtown area of Cincinnati, like just beating the hell out of these people on the ground.
If I'm the Cincinnati investigator and you're handing in this potato-ass video, I would just sink my head into my hands like, oh, I got to watch this and try to figure out what the hell is going on here.
Do you think that's the case, or they wanted to blur everyone?
There might be some of that. I've seen clearer videos of the fight.
This is definitely through a windshield because you could see the light, how it's like has like a plus thing. It's like refracting.
The thing is, I don't really like the idea of we're going to go after the people who are filming this for not intervening.
Hell no.
Why would you intervene?
Let's say they're watching a guy and his wife get beat to a pulp and they're smashing them on the ground. I have no idea what led up to this. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I have no idea why this assault happens. But I can imagine somebody filming on their camera at 3 o'clock in the morning going, well, I don't want that to happen to me. So I'm not going to jump in and try to take sides and stop this right now. Like, it seems like a legitimate complaint to me. Like, I wouldn't want to necessarily just jump into this blindly. I have no clue what's going on. If I'm out in the wild on the streets and I see a fight between two people and one person's punching or kicking the other person, I don't have any context. I don't know why they're fighting. I don't know if the person deserved it or didn't deserve it. I don't know. I have no idea what the hell I've missed in this altercation. So I don't know that you should just expect that those people would jump in on the fight, but that's what they're doing.
I am in complete disgust waking up to the viral video many of you have now seen. The behavior displayed is nothing short of cruel and absolutely unacceptable. Our investigative team is working diligently to identify every individual involved in causing harm. The fight spreading on social media. State lawmaker Cecil Thomas, who represents parts of Cincinnati, saying it's unacceptable under any standard, and those involved should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Good.
Therefore, as your state representative, I trust that there will be a full and complete investigation of this incident by the Cincinnati Police Department and to bring charges against all involved.
I'll tell you what this is. This is just more examples of these downtown areas that have gone to hell, where at 3 a.m. you have stuff like this just playing out, and it looked like it went on for a while. They're just like punching the hell out of these two people, and you've lost control. And How about the investigation of the incident by the Cincinnati Police Department includes a little tidbit about why they weren't there, why there wasn't a presence in this area at that time. It seems to me like Cincinnati's dealing with similar problems to Orlando, to a lot of other downtown areas where after a certain hour, most people in their right mind don't want to be in those places. But we'll see what comes of this attack that's going viral today. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today, I'm going to wrap everything up for a Monday. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
I've never even seen cocaine. I don't even know what it looks like. I just know it's powdery. I've never seen it.
Show them.
I'm like I got to be one of the only guys in this business that came through the 90s that never, ever even saw cocaine.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and we are gearing up for a hot day across Central Florida. In fact, dangerously hot temperatures will be possible with a high of 98 degrees today in Orlando. Feels like temperatures topping out around 110 degrees plus. We have a heat advisory in place starting at noon today. That will last through about 7 p.m. We won't see much in the way of relief from the heat either anytime soon. We'll be expecting highs to stay right around the mid and upper 90s through at least the end of this week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Folks, let me tell you about an amazing American company, a locally owned and operated company that's going to help you out just like they've helped out many people in Central Florida to stay cool. This is a company called Mills Air. And if there's a problem with your air conditioner, don't try to be a hero. Don't try to be a YouTube savior. You're going to find out what the problem is and fix it yourself. There's a lot of things that could go wrong. You could hurt yourself, and you could end up overspending because you don't know what you're doing. But what really, really can help you out is these experts at Mills Air. Their crew, their techs are the best of the best. Trust me on this one. And you could always turn to the experts at Carrier. And turning to family-owned and operated Mills Air is a no-brainer. So do call this number if you want help with your AC. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. If you need help with your air conditioner and you need a great company to help you out, find them online at millsair.com.
Eye Candy Energy Drink. The official drink of the summer is here in 3 delicious flavors.
Hello, nurse. Rate the show, rate the show, rate the show. 10 out of 10 is the best, 1 out of 10 or 0 out of 10 is the worst. Rate the show today. What out of 10? I think we pulled in like a 6.45. 10 out of 10. I missed most of it though. Well, glad whatever you caught was a 10 out of 10. 100 out of 10. 2 100 out of 10s in a row. Unheard of. Unbelievable. All right, I got to go get Today I Learned. Back in a jumping jack flash. Hey! Whoa. Who's our chatter of the day? Who's our chatter of the day? I have to seg up this song for Today I Learned, and I don't have a lot of time. Who is our chatter of the day? Tanya. Tanya's our chatter of the day.
today. She's the best of the best. Nobody can beat her. I love her. She's fantastic. Respect her. Time is our chatter of the day. Hang on.
Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TODAY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TODAY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TODAY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You've got apps for everything. Music, photos, even ordering coffee. But only one app gives you the live radio experience. It's radio your way. Anytime, anywhere. Join the millions already listening. The free iHeartRadio app. The #1 app for radio.
The sweetest day of the year is almost here. July 31st is Miracle Treat Day at DQ, where $1 or more from every Blizzard treat sold is donated to your local Children's Miracle Network hospital. See you July 31st for Miracle Treat Day, only at DQ. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the new.
And of course, today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. Thanks for being with us today. We got a big week of shows ahead of us, so we're here to hang out with you. If you'll spend some time with us, we hope you'll agree to that here in the biggest viral newsroom on planet Earth. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com.
I think you'll agree. I think they're going to agree.
Well, even if they don't, that's that. Let's see what we got here on the way out. Dan emails. He says, I'm a podcaster, so I don't know if you've covered it today. Happened on Saturday morning, I believe. Somebody burned down, I guess an angry renter burned down a house, a tenant.
Okay. And then not getting their deposit back.
No, this is not the one that was burned down. This is the one that was destroyed by a large piece of equipment.
Oh.
And there was spray painting on the side saying someone was cheating.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah.
And also accused him of being a pedophile, I'm pretty sure.
Hang on, let's watch this here if we can.
I'm your News 6 community correspondent, Troy Campbell, and we are standing in Lake County. If you take a look behind me, you can see the extensive damage done to this home. We're told it was done by an excavator or a similar piece of equipment.
Wow.
It looks like it's been completely vandalized, completely destroyed. Somebody
was mad.
This comes just hours after a witness called into 911 to report this extensive damage to Griner's home. There also appears to...
Okay, you blanked with the wrong girl. Super Mom? 52 PED, PED, so that's what you're talking about, I think. Yeah. It's hard to make out what's going on here, but this wasn't an angry tenant at all, like the email said. This is somebody who was mad at this person for what they did.
And I could have sworn that there was some tie-in of one of the residents being reported missing at some point.
Yeah. There was a missing woman found after the house was destroyed. Let's see what else they say.
A spray paint message aimed at a man. We are working to determine his connection to the home.
I live a couple miles down the road, and as I was driving by, probably about 5:15, 5:20, I seen a truck out here and two individuals out here, and I didn't pay him no attention.
An eyewitness of the vandalism recounts what he saw at the corner of Pine Island and Monte Vista and Claremont.
I was on the front side going down Pine Island Road all the way to Log House, and as I
so many details,
here,
my dude.
they were just still scurrying around the trailer or whatnot. But like I said, I didn't pay no attention to it. So I don't
know. They have maybe it's his business or something.
I think his nipples are out actually.
So the thing that's blurred on the top, if when you're looking at the side of the house that got spray painted, is a person's name. So maybe they were blurring out the name just because they don't know the whole story and they're trying to protect this person.
Damn. Yeah, an excavator ran into both sides of the residence multiple times, so they just completely gutted this house. and there were messages on the side effing with the wrong girl.
Rent an excavator without telling them what you're doing?
I don't know.
Sounds difficult.
I'm just wondering, this is someone who's in construction, or you were able to now rent an excavator without telling you what you're destroying.
I mean, if you're in construction, you probably know the places to go, and you might even be able to get a hold of one because you might have the sort of qualifications to prove that you can
narrow down the suspect pool in that point.
You could drive it.
On Thursday afternoon, the sheriff's office put out a release saying they were searching for Nicole Griner, 45, who was last seen on Thursday with her boyfriend, 33-year-old Nicholas DeWitt. No relation. All right. Just for the record.
Nicholas?
No,
is that 33
relation.
to 45? He's 33, she's 45?
Yep. Yeah. He's 33, she's 45. They were traveling in an unknown model pickup truck.
33,
blah, blah, blah. All right, there you go. We'll keep it at that for now. Let's see what else we got on the way out. We'll leave it there, and we'll go over instead to our final dispatches, friends. It's about that time.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
No. We're in 2 to 3 territory, I think, here. We are going to work these.
Some of these look kind of long.
This is Hank talking about the Wizard of Oz thing.
Something you left out regarding the Wizard of Oz, that whenever the tornado appears, they actually have fans that generate a bunch of wind. And they throw debris in those fans as if it's to hit the audience members. So it's very immersive.
It's not a 4D thing.
Is this true?
And I think they even mentioned there's some other sensory things such as smell, aromas that you may experience.
I think that you're thinking of that 4D theater, my guy.
You can smell the witches.
Out.
She's melting.
All right, this is the last one here. Here's Roberto.
Good afternoon, Junks.
Hey.
So I work for one of the largest rental companies around, and you can rent an excavator. You have to have a credit account for most places, but some places let you rent a smaller one with a credit card. But yeah, you can pretty much rent one if you can get approved.
All right.
Wiggle, pop, pop.
That's what somebody did here, and that house did not survive that drama, all right? All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned. Here we go.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Overall, by the way, people seem to like the Happy Gilmore 2 movie. The Happy Gilmore 2 movie.
I liked it. We thought it was great. I don't know about better than the first, but it was really good, really funny.
I don't hold the first to a really, really high esteem. I just thought it was a good, fun little movie, and I thought this was too. I thought it was well written. I wondered, because of some of the vibes I got from it, I wondered if back in the day Adam Sandler wrote Happy Gilmore 2 and then just never did anything with it, and then now did something with it, or if he wrote all of this as of more recent history. I'm not sure. But there you go. Today I Learned for a Monday, July 28th, 2025. Today I Learned one of the people from... I'm going to have to skip that, actually.
Okay.
Today I Learned when scientists put a hamster wheel out in the woods, different types of animals seem to enjoy running on the wheel. They'd get mice, rats, snails, and frogs who would come in and spin around for a little while.
It took the snails about 7.5 days to get one full circle.
I guess anything
still
would
had fun, though.
It would pop in there. They would have a good time on those little hamster wheels. So put some out in the wild.
It gets so far up, then it's like...
Snail trail.
Today I Learned this band right here. Leonard Skinner. That's right. Featured in Happy Gilmore 2. Leonard Skinner's final album featured the band engulfed in flames on the cover. Ooh. It was released just 3 days before their fatal plane accident that took the lives of some of the members. The album was quickly pulled and the cover was replaced, but later restored. It's now a collector's item for mega fans and strange people alike, I guess. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast